Finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination.
It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meets him with a straight left hand.
Oh, and there's a knockdown score with the left hand.
Right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother, Just Due.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdueboxing shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme's sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. "4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
What's good? What's good? What's good, family? How y'all feeling, man? We back again on this good Wednesday to build on this boxing, man. How we always do. Y'all know. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all already know, man. Double tap the screen, hit the like button, sub to the channel. Hey, man, you know something, y'all? We about 15 subscribers away from 11,000. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking with me. We just gonna keep growing and building on this sport of boxing, man. So if you new, double tap the screen, sub to the channel. Make sure you turn your notifications on, and we gonna build how we always do. Shout out to the homie Al Bugley said, "Just my sanctuary, sanity, and boxing." Love and appreciate the content. Hey, man, appreciate your support. We're gonna keep it, you know, positive and good energy, man. Good laughs, man. You know, just regular old. Good old boxing talk, man. We gonna talk some Crawford talk, man. I seen him make a little quick little teaser, little hint. He teased that 4-time undisputed, and it was a real little quick little short video, but he had his phone, by the picture of Janibek, the little poster that was in the little spot where he was at. So, Janibek took that as like a call out, and he responded immediately. So I think the implications of this fight card that's coming up with Pitbull, and those guys on it, it's a few different guys, Pitbull. And I just was looking at it, Steve Fulton and Janibek and Lara. That fight, the implications of that fight just went up. Like that fight just got so much more meaning to it now. That particular fight on the card, simply because, you know, I think Terence Crawford, you know, he letting you know what it is, where he hinting at and where he looking to go. And I like it, man. More history, more accolades, more greatness. You know, he's just one of a kind individual, man. It's good to see him do it. I don't know how you could hate on him chasing this greatness the way he doing, but it's kind of weird, man. I for one, I appreciate what he doing, and you get me. It take a real boxing fan simply to appreciate the greatness of Crawford, man. Shout out to my guy, The Line Show. He said it best in his video, man. You should be building the guy up instead of tearing him down. And yeah, I know that's been my message for so long, but you know, look, I think Lara could surprise some people, man. He's gotten older, but he's aged like wine, not milk. You get what I'm saying? Some people age like milk. Some people age like wine. Lara has aged like wine to a degree, right? He's moved up a weight class, and you know, he got knockouts. He started getting more knockouts. You know, he's knocked all these guys out at 160, I believe. I think he got all knockouts, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know. He a tricky dude. He's somebody that he's been around for the longest, man. Lara, like I said, stood the test of time. Like, he's been in there with the likes of Paul Williams. You know what I mean? Y'all remember Paul Williams way back in the day. Lara had an opportunity to fight him. Now, he didn't get the nod because if you know the history of Lara, he don't really get too many decisions go his way, you know, especially if it's a competitive close fight and it's a named guy or somebody that is respected. More than likely, he's not going to get the nod. That's just how it been. Teach, do, my guy. It was good with it, man. How you feeling? Y'all double tap the screen, man. Hit that like button for your boy, man. Sub to the channel if you new. Let's hit 11K today, man. 15 away. Let's sub up. Let's keep growing, man. BJ in the building, my dog. What's good with it? My baby girl, the queen, Miss Just Do, is in the building. How you feeling, baby girl? Time out with Mr. Miles. What it do, family? Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. But let's talk about it. So I know y'all seen the little the clip of Terence Crawford that he had posted. But like I said, Janibek, you know, not that he's overlooking Lara. I don't think that's the case. But I just feel like he's with all the smoke, man. I like this dude, man. He got good set of skills. Got good power. He can box, pedigree. He got it, man. He got what it takes to make a fight with Terence Crawford a good one. And like I said, not to overlook anybody for him, not because he got to get through Lara first, but I just like the fact that he was right on it. You know, simple, not too much to say, just no problem. Like, you got to think Terence Crawford ain't even say nothing, right? He just posted up the little video, but people get to sharing it. And, you know, we like to read between the lines, these little cryptic posts. You know, Janibek took that as a challenge, man. He said, no problem. That's what you like to see in these fighters, man. Bro was on it. So you can see right there in that little clip right in the beginning, Forever G's, what it do, man? You see it flashed to Janibek real quick so people get to read between the lines, man. And you know Crawford already done had the merch out. You see it, 4-time undisputed. That's a real thing, man. Janibek could be part of that, but let's see what happened with him and Lara first and foremost. So that's the thing about boxing, man. Really good fights lead to great fights and so on and so forth, right? And I think Lara, surprisingly, like I said, has shown to be able to withstand the test of time, man. Not everybody can age and still be effective and be as successful as what this run been at a heavier weight class. Like I thought he was going to stick around at 54, man. He moved up. He started knocking guys out. I mean, respect to him. I know people, you know, they got the criticisms about Danny Garcia, but he was the first and only guy to stop Danny. And I know, you know, his dad would say he didn't stop Danny, I stopped the fight. But same difference, bro. He didn't finish the fight. So That was the first and only time we've ever seen that. You get me? And that happened by at the hands of Erislandy Lara. So this man is not to be slept on, is what I'm saying. But you know, Janibek, he got that energy, he got that bop, he got that bounce with him, man. He you get me? What they call it, Kazakh style or whatever they call it, man. He dangerous, man. He dangerous. I think I got a clip of his in here, bro. Janibek is disrespectful, y'all. Look at this. Check this little short clip out. Good God. Yo, God damn. Yo, God damn. Whoa, man. Stuff like that just make it exciting, man, because he got those knockouts that, and he got those performances that kind of stand out for him, right? He got a couple of little so-sos, but who don't, right? But for the most part, he's pretty consistent and you get the job done. I think it'd be a good challenge if he get past Lara. You know, it'll be a good fight, but it'll be crazy just to look at it on the other side, because you know we talk about both sides. Could you imagine, you know, Lara and Crawford? Imagine Crawford and Lara fighting, bro, in 2026 or something like that. That'd be crazy, man. Like this dude out here punching, he punching, man. Don't let him flip. bro just crumbled. Like that shit was just no more. Yeah, he is. That's what I'm saying for average G's. Like people sometimes we think about Thrill Hill. Shout out to my guy Reef. What's good with it, bro? Cal, next gen, what it do, family? Said Crawford better stay away. Yeah, man, I want to see it, bro. Yeah, shout out to Cal Cooler, my brethren, man. What's good with it? Next gen, man, that's what's good. We want to see that. So you watch Johnny McLast fight, he different. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. And people respect him as a good challenge. So I don't know, people don't take this fight off the table. That's all I needed to see, bro. All I needed to see is that Crawford know what time it is. Low key, Crawford probably expected him to pull it off. Because look, oddly enough, if Janibek is who people say he is, if he's who what it appears to be, he got to find a way to get past that older Lara. Like this ain't the prime Lara, even though he's found a way to extend somewhat a version of him, a prime, right? But this ain't prime Lara. We know this. So you got to find a way to get that done if he's the kind of fighter that they say he is, right? Because he sounded like he with the smoke, man. He responded to this immediately. He like, no problem. Like, I get through, and I know his mindset probably like, if I get through, you know, Lara, yeah, let's do it. So I feel like the run at 68 is over with. I've been hearing people asking about, you know, is Benvita as an option for Crawford? No, man. Like, are y'all paying attention? No. Like, why would that be an option? Like, what, Crawford gonna go to 75 now? Like, come on, man. And Benvita has already said, man, you want to give Crawford his flowers and all that stuff. It is what it is. He ain't trying to fight him. Like, he got other stuff going on. He gonna build his legacy a different way. And you know what's funny to me, y'all? You know what kills me with boxing? You know how these double standards. On one end, they'll tell you that Crawford, who is the older man by a few years, right? Then Canelo, they'll tell you he waited out. He beat an old, washed-up Canelo. But this man is 38, and they have no problem with him essentially going up to 175 pounds light heavyweight, and this man started at lightweight and fighting a dude that can be at cruiserweight or heavyweight if he really wanted to. You can't make this shit up. At 38 years old, that's what they want. And again, in that case, I know it's like, man, but it'd be a good fight. It's not about a good fight for these people. The people that are calling for that, for him to go to 75, they simply want to see Terence Crawford take a loss. They want to see him lose, bro. That's all it is. They just want to see him lose, man. That's it. That's all. Lara's more skill, but age might be the factor. Yeah, man. Nah, man. Next gen, yeah, man. Listen, this is what we love, though. That's pushing the greatness, bro. That ain't a fight that's out his wheelhouse. Hell no, I'm telling you. And I like the fact that you feel that way because it's great. Because it makes me want to see it more. More people need to believe in Janibek. Like, this need to be a thing if he get past Lara. Because again, old man Lara, man, old Southpaw Cuban Lara might have something to say, man. You get me? Emmanuel, what it do, homie? How you feeling? Jay Peasy in the building. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let's get this 11K today and double tap that screen, man. Let's get to it, man. I don't want to say it all stream. I just want to build with y'all. Let's talk this boxing, man. Like I said, I get excited for stuff like this. And the good thing about it is we get a good fight before this. We clearly know what type of time Crawford on. We clearly know for him to be 4-time undisputed, because that's something that he kind of been hitting at and talking about. That path is at 160. We clearly know that. It's not at 68. It's definitely not at 75. He did it at 68, right? He ain't going back to 54. That's been said. He didn't rule out 60. That was the conversation. So path to undisputed goes that way for him. And the excitement is seeing if Lara can upset, you know, Janibek, right? Because I expect Janibek to possibly be a favorite going into this fight. The younger guy, you know what I'm saying? He's strapped up. You get what I'm saying? He's a champion. So I expect him to be somewhat of the favorite over the older Lara. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see, man. I just can't wait to see that card, because the whole card is good. You get me? But the fights in and of itself, man, is going to be amazing. And what could come out of this fight right here is crazy. So I want to see it. Like I said, man, keep believing in Janibek, because look, he is dangerous, man. He a dog. Warehouse. Shout out to my guy Samuel. What it do, homie? La D, peace queen. How you feeling? Always good to see Janibek is going to beat Lara. Talk to him, Lala. I knew somebody was coming with it. And Lala said, not so fast. Not so fast, man. Not so fast. Lara got something to say. Huh? The old Cuban got something to say, huh? You get me? He ain't going. It's going to be an interesting fight for sure. And it's funny because this older version of Lara has been sitting down on punches a bit more, right? So his 1-2 is still dangerous. That 1-2 is still lethal. I tell you that. That 1-2 is still lethal on Lara. Don't let him line you. Don't run into that 1-2. Ask Danny. You get me? Ask Cornflake. Who else? Who else he knocked out on his run, man? Ask them guys, man. They know what's up with Lara. You get what I'm saying? The OG, I'm with you, Lala. The OG Cuban ain't going easy. I know that. But I expect it to be a good fight. But the only reason I would lean toward Janibek right now is because of the age, right? And I feel like if you really that guy, if you one of the next guys, you got to find a way. I ain't saying dominate him, but you got to find a way to beat Lara. If not, and I ain't saying you supposed to beat him, but in a way, the way you're being built, right? And you're looked at as the guy that could give Crawford trouble. Like, I've seen the videos. I don't know if y'all seen it. Like, people made videos saying the guy to beat Crawford is Janibek. They think the Janibek is the dude. So, and I feel like Crawford hear that shit too, because why else take a picture? You get me? He put the little video, man, I double tap the screen, man. Beth was good with it. I'm into Lara versus Janibek. Janibek been struggling. I wait for a while. It'd be good to see. Wait, you sleeping on Janibek? Nah, man, he dangerous, man. But as they sleeping on Lara, Cal, that's the thing, because Janibek probably be the favorite because he younger. Young champion, you get me? Are we sleeping on Lara, y'all? Are we throwing like, look, Lara got all knockouts at the weight class, I believe. Let me pull it up. Y'all. We'll tap the screen for your boy, man. Let's get to it. Let's have some fun with this boxing conversation right here, man. Lara, man, he been smoking shit at 160, man. I don't know. He been looking different, man. You see, man, Danny, Iron Chin Danny, man. Iron Chin Danny got up in there and found out, man. Lara said, man, take some of this. You know they call him the American Dream, man. He said, man, hey, take some of this, man. He added Danny to the knockout list, man. Yeah, man, look. Thomas Lamana, first round KO. Gary O'Sullivan, 8th round TKO. Michael Zarafa, 2nd round KO. Danny Garcia, 9th round. They stopped the fight. You get me? Yo, he got all KOs at 160. Don't play with Lara, man. Don't play with the OG, man. Don't play with the OG, man. You hear me? Don't play with OG, man. The American Dream, man. The Cuban American Dream. Don't play with him. You know what I'm saying? Unless you want to go night-night. Janibek, you want to go night-night? But nah, man, all jokes aside, Janibek got something to say. Just don't let him line you like that, Lara. Long as you don't let him line you like that, we cool. Like you gotta be that slick Cuban in there. You get the Cuban style versus the Kazakh style, if I'm saying it right? Janibek sleeps all those dudes. Yeah, he dangerous, man. He dangerous. I like Janibek. I ain't gonna lie. He a good fighter, really good fighter, and he seemed like he brave enough to really be a guy that'll not only get in the ring with Terence Crawford, but really try to win. You know what I'm saying? But we all know what to expect from Lara, man. He a vet. He's smart. He knows his way around the ring. He's defensively responsible, right? He's still sharp in his older age, for real. I could really appreciate what Lara been showing at this age, man. I ain't got his age listed, but he got to be about 40. 40. Got to be about 40. Lara's, that's what I'm saying. Janibek, like the expectation is for the younger lion to beat the older vet. You know what I'm saying? Like out with the old, in with the new, no disrespect kind of deal. But that's what Janibek got to show. Tim Late, my dog, what's good with it, Brody? How you feeling, my guy? Man, so that's how I see it, man. That fight got to be like that. It's gonna be the vet versus the young lion, man. Kazakh style versus the Cuban. 41, yeah, something like that. Shout out to Regis, appreciate you. I know he up there, man. He done got up there, so Lara gotta can he do it again, bro? Can he do it again? And now look, I ain't expecting him to knock shout out to the butcher. What's good, homie? I ain't expecting him to just knock him out now, but I do expect a real test. You get what I'm saying? And I think this could be a little different than everybody else that Janibek's been fighting. You get what I'm saying? Janibek fought some decent opposition, but Lara's a cagey vet, as they say, right? He know the tricks of the trade, man. He been in there with the likes of Paul Williams, man. He fought Canelo. Get what I'm saying? In my opinion, he actually beat that dude. Get what I'm saying? I just don't. Lara, one of them guys you can't ignore and sleep on, man, because he'll creep up on you and beat you. You know what I'm saying? He fought Brian Castano twice. Jared Hurd. He had lost to Jared. Fought Terrell Garcia. Finest Marta Rosian. I remember that. Ishea Smith. Austin Trout. You know what I'm saying? Angulo. I remember when he stopped Angulo. You get what I'm saying? That Paul Williams fight was ugly. He had a crazy hematoma. He should have won. You know what I'm saying? So he got some skin in the game, man. Got some skin in the game, man. Lara been around for a minute. 31, 3-3. Them draws is at least 2 of them draws is arguably. Maybe all of them shits might be wins, low key. Yo, he one of them dudes, man. He do not get a break on them cards most times, bro. Lara, his fight go to the cards. You already know what's about to happen. They about to gank him. I'm telling you, every time, bro. That's why Lara said, see, that's why y'all could thank boxing for what we seeing at 160, I think. See, they created that beast, y'all. I'm telling you. Lara was cool, boxing people, sweet science, Cuban style, making you miss. You know what I mean? Hitting you with the 1-2, laser straight. You get what I'm saying? That left hand was money. Then, you know what I mean? He got janked one too many times. Bro said, you know what? When I get to 160, I'm knocking shit out. Last said, no more. No more of this, man. I get to 160, I'm knocking shit out. I'm not playing with nothing. I ain't letting nothing go to the cards, man. Nah, I ain't letting nothing go to the cards, man. Old head Lara been cooking, though, man. It's been fun to watch because, especially for a guy that, like I said, just been on the wrong side of some decisions that he definitely should have probably got, right? I'm looking forward to this. Victor Conte, he said he keep having everyone do the hard work for him, take a year off, train. Like Victor Conte said, be suspicious of long layoffs. In a year is plenty of time to become undetectable. The irony. What's up, Vic? Boxing, my dog. What's good with it, Vic? What's good, Vic? You know what I'm saying? What's good, Dub? How you feeling? Dub, the plug. But the card in and of itself, like I said, is just, I think low key could be one of the best of the year too. Whenever you get a card that good, you got it. I'm all in, man. I'm all in, bro. I'm all in. It might be worth some money now, man. Shock Foster and Fulton, Janibek, Lara, Pitbull, Roach. That sound like a hell of a card to me. Yes, PBC. The only thing I wish is that it could have been free, but if not, it's all good, man. Shock Foster. And I read something about Cool Boy Steph real quick to pivot real quick, y'all, because this is within the same card. They said he made some concessions, man, and he made sure that they made this fight with Shock Foster, man. Shout out to Cool Boy Steph. I read something on Twitter with him, man. Let me see if I got it real quick. Let me pull it up, man. Shout out to Cool Boy, though. They said per source, Stephen Fulton wanted those Shocky Foster so much he made some concessions so it could be on December 6th, PBC on Prime pay-per-view rather than waiting to fight him or somebody else early next year. Terms agreed. PBC waiting on the paper. Shout out to Fulton, man. That's how you do it, G. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that don't get spoken on enough, man, because it ain't narrative driven, right? Shout out, peace, Queen. How you feeling? Always good to see you. You know what I mean? So that's something that I think need to be spoken on, man. That's real, man. I respect it. That goes to show you what kind of fighter he is, and he really wanted to challenge himself. And that's exactly why I say, y'all, when fighters want to fight, fights happen. You get what I'm saying? I know sometimes things get in the way and they stop fights from happening, but for the most part, when everybody's on the same page and the fighter don't got somebody or his team pulling them in a different direction, they can go ahead and make fights like this, and that shit is good for boxing. This the type of shit you want to see, man. If Fulton had digging his purse to pay Shock more bread because Shock had an option to pull out because all the time delays. That's why I call this man the plug, and I appreciate his work, man. Shout out to my homie L-Dub, man. Appreciate that. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? And that ain't gonna make the headlines, Dub. That ain't juicy enough, right? That ain't juicy enough, right? You know what I'm saying? That's real, man. Shout out to both of them boys, man, for not pulling out. Shout out to Steph for making sure he had no reason to pull out, right? You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see that fight, bro. And again, this is coming up. December fight is gonna be great, man. I'm going to enjoy this one, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I just like the little Crawford tease, man. And I'm big on the history and the accolades, the shit that he chasing, because it's crazy. The more history he create, the more people hate on him. It's the wildest thing I've ever seen. And I would love nothing more personally than to see this man become a 4-time undisputed champion. You get what I'm saying? And see just what people got to say then. He took the easy route. He didn't defend the battle. I don't want to hear that. Janibek is a real threat, bro. I don't care what nobody say. That's why I keep running this clip. That dude is a real threat. And it ain't just the power. He can box with the power. That is bad. Shout out to the Queen. Lisa, how you feeling? Always good to see you. Always good to see you. Shout out to Lisa. Man, I'm telling you, that should make me want to see it, man. And Bud out there being cryptic. Look at the little subtle message, man. Yo, people slick. That's just funny. That little bit right there. He showed himself and then it flashed to Janibek. Then the internet they jump right on the Janibek like, cool, no problem. Gotta love it, yo. Gotta love it. And I'm pretty sure somebody would try to frame him as some type of duck. I'm not into that. This would be a hell of a fight. Like I said, y'all, I don't want to jump the line because he got smoked with Lara. And like I said, he been aging like wine and knocking shit out at 160. So you just can't count somebody out like that. But he is older. And we know one thing we do know, Father Time is undefeated, right? You know what I'm saying? Where will Father Time be at when that fight takes place, right? We know what Janibek coming with. We know what to kind of expect from the older Lara, right? But again, how is Janibek going to approach a fight with this dude? Especially with him knowing that it's a potential like the fight a damn Terence Crawford, that got to get you motivated. If you one of those guys that really like to challenge yourself, you get what I'm saying? That got to make you motivated, not to look ahead too far ahead, but you get me? You know what's possible if you win, just like you know what's up if you lose, right? You got to take your ass back to the drawing board. And with a win, that should keep you in position to make other big fights and keep you moving forward. So it's a lot riding on this fight, man. I think with Terence Crawford, with the potential of him entering 160, you get what I'm saying? Because he ain't going for play, and I know he'll get right up in the mix and make the right kind of fights, man. And I'm all for it, man. I want to see what Janibek and Lara are gonna look like. Pitbull and Roach, I'm for it, man. Fulton and Foster, man. It's all good fights, man. Shout out to Big Jew. You know what I mean? Shower, what's good, Queen? Big Jew, DP Rocket in the building, my guy. Pugilism was good with it. Said Desperado, double O, check the flow. Vic said, do you think Boots is overrated? Well, he had been a great contender for Crawford. Nah, Boots ain't overrated, Vic. What it is right. I'll tell you what it is with Boots. And y'all hit that like button. We just talking some boxing today, man. What it is with Boots is people hate the praise, right? They hate the praise, and nowadays, if fans don't resonate with the name, then they equate it to being a nobody. And when you look at Boots' resume, right, you know, those that know, man, he's fought some solid competition, but it ain't been the best of the best. But I don't think to no fault of his own, right? If you just look at what was there at 47 once the champions left, it wasn't a lot of big names left there. And I still think he made the most out of the opportunities once he lined up with Eddie Hearn. So the issue with Boots, as far as him being overrated, it's not that he overrated. Maybe you could say overpraised. You get what I'm saying? And I can only be cool with that because you hear so much. The phenom, he this, he that, generational talent. You've heard it all about Boots, right? But when you take a peek at the resume, they like, where them names at? Where them 50-50 fights, right? Where the tough guys at on the resume? So like what I say with Boots, I don't think he overrated. I just think he's got a lot of praise for quite some time because his performances stand out. They jump out at you, right? He go in there and mop you up. You get me? And the fact that those performances haven't been attached to the bigger names, people don't give it the credit that it do deserve, right? I ain't saying you praise the competition that he fought, but you recognize it for what it is, right? And like I said before, it's just not been a lot of opportunities for those really big names for Boots. So like, you get me? But now he's in a division where he could put all of that shit to bed. So I say, if you really a supporter of Boots, I think you just sit tight. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy the ride, man. I think Philly got a special fighter in him. And I think if given the right opportunities, man, he going to show that. That's what I believe about Boots. I don't think he no duck. I don't think he's scared to fight nobody. I don't think like that about mostly none of these guys for real. You know what I'm saying? It's all about business, timing, and shit making sense. And that's something I really know about this sport. And I could say that confidently, man. Don't be having nothing to do with guys being scared and shit like that. Now, in some cases, you got guys really trying to avoid opposition for one reason or another, but those cases are far more rare than people that have you believe, right? They want you to believe every time a fight fall apart, negotiations fall apart, people don't fight, then somebody got to be scared of ducking. But that's just not the reality, man. You know, business rules in boxing, man. And the more you talk it, the more you learn it and understand it, bro. You know what I'm saying? So Boots is just his time is coming. I think it's on the way. You know what I'm saying? Stressed out boxing. What it do, homie? Wait for time undisputed. Oh yeah. As far as that, I mean, that's gonna be extremely tough to even get. You know what I mean? Because you could already see pugilism at 47. That's something he would have loved to do, right? Be an undisputed champion. But you see, he made it to be unified though, but he ain't make it to quite be undisputed. So, you know, it's just a lot of politics in boxing, and that's why, again, y'all, when we know to a degree this is a politic-driven sport. And to see Terence Bud Crawford be in a position with a sport that is heavy, you know, where politics weigh in heavily on fights that get made, right? To see him navigate through all of that, get paid, get slighted at every corner, every fight, and continue to win, make his money, and get the accolades with it. It's one of the best stories, I think. When he hang him up, I think he got a hell of a story to tell from beginning to end, yo. And I just appreciate the guy's talent, man. He showed you his worth the entire time he been here since '08, man. And that's why anytime it's a conversation with Crawford, I don't mind having it. You know what I'm saying? But You know, sit tight for Boots, man. That's all I can say. But again, 4-time, man, his path to undisputed is at 60. If he can get in there with any of these dudes, whether it's Lara or Janibek, you know what I'm saying? You got even Adamas in the win, and he got to get in there somewhere, right? That'll be interesting too. You got some real interesting fights, bro. And I don't care what you say. Who could have envisioned Terence Crawford at 160? Seriously, like, let's be serious. Like, who could have said, like, when he hang it up, I could see him being at 160, right? I thought 154 was the cap. Bro said, hold my mouthpiece. I'm going to 68. Crawford, a different guy, man. It should have been a hell of a run. It's been fun to watch, bro. It really is, man. It's been fun to watch. And with that, do you believe Crawford is the GOAT? For me, a GOAT beats the best and defends his titles. I get it, man. Is Crawford a GOAT? Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Crawford is him. You know what I mean? As they like to say. He really is. The way he's done it, right? He's done it against all odds with people knocking him. You know what I'm saying? And think about it, to go to a weight class where people like nobody couldn't told me ever that Crawford would have had any fight at 168 pounds. They could sit here and try to lie all they want, and you could have never really envisioned that fight being against Canelo Alvarez for undisputed, right? Like, I think you just got to really appreciate and love boxing to see the how special that feat was, man. And to try to minimize it is ridiculous, man. You get me? So I thought it was dope. I have a feeling that Adamas is moving up 168 next. Okay, you notice Ramos versus Mosley Jr.'s for the WBC intern. It's on the same card as John Ramirez. Like, interesting. Talk to Dub, man. You on to something, man. I could take your word for it, man. You be seeing the plays before they happen, bro. Appreciate that, man. That might just happen. You might be right. You know what I'm saying? Especially with him not having a fight possibly lined up. For sure now, right? You know, it's easier for him to make a move too. So I like to see it, but that's going 160 about to get interesting if Bud Crawford stick his toe in there. You get me? He start campaigning at 60, man. There goes the neighborhood. That Omaha, Nebraska is there. Strap up, get ready, y'all. Yo, and he called out the diamonds. Oh yeah, shower like, nah, don't go nowhere yet. Shower like, nah, don't go nowhere just yet, G. Sit tight. Sit tight, G. You get me? Shout out to JP, man. I appreciate you moderating the chat. If y'all haven't, man, you rocking with the content, double tap that screen. Subscribe to the channel. Let's hit 11K today, man. We rocking, man. We rocking and we rolling. But yeah, man, there goes the neighborhood once Crawford get to 60, y'all. And speaking of 60, and man, it's gonna be fun. I mean, but Janibek a real challenge for anybody, I think. But it's gonna be interesting. Let's see how it shake out. You know what I'm saying? And I wonder what Crawford think about who gonna win out of Lara and Janibek. I wonder. You know what I'm saying? I wonder. Oster 40, my dog. Shout out to my dog. That is a doctor in the house. Shout out to my guy, Dr. Boxing Talk. What it do, man? What it do? Yeah, man. There goes the neighborhood once Bug get to 60. So y'all better get y'all fights in. Y'all better get y'all wins in. You know, y'all better figure it out. Y'all better make y'all money. You know what I mean? Because he about to come disrupt the entire neighborhood. You feel me, Doc? Crawford about to go to 160 and start ruining dreams, plans and dreams, bro. Hopes and dreams about to be ruined messing with that Omaha guy, man. I'm telling you, Samurai Bud is on the job. You know that boy is Samurai. You know that, y'all know that boy is Samurai now. Samurai Bud, man. Bud been having his way, bro. He having fun. He out here playing with snakes and shit. He out here playing, you know, Samurai Bud and Gensus and shit. But having it his way. I'm telling you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Stop playing with him. Stop playing with him. That's crazy. We don't even do this. Why is he good at that? Nah, Gensu Bud is crazy. Bro having way too much fun out here, bro. Ginsu Bud is wild, bro. Why is he good at that? Like, I don't even know what that's called, but why is he good at it, though? That shit is ridiculous. That's why I say he a different kind of athlete. It's been fun to watch, and I can say I truly enjoyed the ride. I was a hater for a quick second, but I doubted you. You know what I'm saying? I had Arrow beating you, but but players mess up, though. You know what I'm saying? I got myself right, G. So they tell y'all your Emily turned down Marquise Taylor for Canelo versus Crawford fight week. Ain't no boogeyman. Oh, he said they tell y'all, but he said they ain't tell y'all. Oh man, did he? Did he? Yo, man, I'm glad you brought him up for a second. Pit stop, y'all. Marquise Taylor, shout out to the O Snatcher, man, the real O Snatcher out there, bro. Marquise Taylor, yeah, and I'm rocking with you, Dub. Ain't no boogeymans, but I enjoy Marquise Taylor, his energy, his attitude, and his fighting style, because he gonna wear you down and beat you up. He coming to beat you up. He ain't coming to play, coming to make things real rough for you, man. And he's a guy that is actively campaigning for an opportunity just to fight. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I shout out to Marquise Taylor, man. Cass Bud is bleed already. Bud gonna be showed up for Halloween. Facts, natural at everything. Remember the dirty kids in school think he beat Marquise, even though I like him. Yeah, Marquise just got that. He got that kind of style that you can't neutralize him. He gonna drain you, wear you down, and grind you and wear you down. You know, and make it a tough night for you. You know what I mean? I just like his energy, man. He one of those ones that he deserved to be a champion because he got the attitude of one. You know what I'm saying? He one of those, I guess, high risk, low reward. Maybe he falls in that category, but he definitely a real one. That's somebody that won a fight for real. Win, lose, or draw, I'm rocking with him. Just the energy and attitude. That dude is one of them ones, man. And he work hard as hell. And shout out to my dog behind the hands, man. He done laced me about some things with Marquise Taylor. Them dudes, and he putting that pain in, man. Right. I'm with you, Shower. I don't like and Dub made me just really. He made my mind the rest of the way up. I always didn't care for the term boogeyman, but the reason I went for it is because I understood it. Right. Sometimes you just have guys that they get to a particular point in their career where essentially it seems like people are not anxious to fight them, and then that might make it look like, he's ducking it. Everybody's ducking him, boogeyman. But in reality, it's just timing and business, right? And we all find out as time goes. And my guy Dub always say it really ain't no boogeyman. Like you see it as time goes, somebody is gonna get in there and fight that guy, right? But and look, even though there's no boogeyman, but there are people out there like Marquise Taylor that people will try to overlook and not fight, or try to offer a fight on 8 days notice and shit. Like, no disrespect to Ammo Williams of the world. Yeah, nasty work offering that. I think it was like 8 days or something. They offered him a fight on some short notice or something like that. Those guys like that, yes, they don't. There are certain guys that people are just rather not deal with, right? Like, think about it. He was put in there to get beat by what is his name? Elvis Gomez, and he went there and chipped him up. And then it's like, you don't even get to see him like that. Like, they had that open sparring joint with Turkey, and he went out there and got a crazy ass knockout with headgear on, bigger gloves and everything, right? And people will try to overlook him, man. So I'm an advocate for Marquise Taylor. I'm glad Doug brought him up. Shout out to the homie, man. Bro was fencing with a Kendall sword. I'm telling you, like, what is he on, bro? Nah, today's boxing talking about dog. Taylor going to TKO, right? Oh, he might. I got to double check on that. You feel me? Yeah, he working with Porter. Yeah, I love it too, man. Just to see him grinding, bro, because he a genuine dude. Marquise Taylor is going to put that work in. If he don't do nothing else, he going to work, bro. And like I say, he just won an opportunity. Guys like that, and he ain't being picky about it. He like, bro, any of those guys that you think beat me, that's who I want to fight. Put me in there. Anybody that's dangerous, that's willing to fight. Ace, what's good, family? How you feeling? You know what I'm saying? So I just want to see it, man. Hopefully he get an opportunity, man, because I know sticking with this shit could be rough, especially when you put so much into it and you ain't getting what you put out. You get what I'm saying? Boxing is a hell of a grind. That's why I say, man, I give these dudes more support than criticism. I criticize guys, but I give them more support than criticism. You know what I'm saying? Ace profile, yeah, he pop in with the police showing. Paul, he got slashed by that Wolverine out there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Let's see where this goes, man. Let's see where this goes. I feel like 160 is about to get interesting. You know, the prospect and idea of Crawford being there with these dudes is gonna make things fun. And I hope we get to see it, you know. Folk time. Hopefully, folk time be on the way. Folk time. All right, let's keep rolling, y'all. Let's keep rolling. Say anybody name a fight with Bud had to be forced in the third gear or higher. Still good. Fresh at 38 years old. His lifestyle of training, conditioning taxes him the most. And I mean, you might be on to something, pugilism. I mean, he get through the gears, but I don't know if he been forced to push. But he get active, right? But I don't know. You make a great point. He's definitely preserved. He's a preserved 38-year-old, man. He's not an old guy, you know what I'm saying, by any stretch. And you can see why the way he's still performing. And it's crazy because just a fight ago when he fought Madrimov, they was talking about how he ain't had no legs and he old and he looked slow and he couldn't hurt nobody. And then you seen all of that was just talk and just harsh criticism. I ain't gonna just call it hate. I'm gonna say harsh criticism because he getting there with a even seasoned, way far more seasoned opponent than Canelo and a much higher weight class. And look, he beat him convincingly to me. I don't know if you want to say dominant, but that shit was clean, man. Like he never was out of control in that fight at all. So I mean, I'm just ready to see that next run for him. You know what I'm saying? That next run. The next Yes, sir. So let's see it, man. Let's see if Janibek gets through Lara come December or who wins out of that. And let's see, when you hear the next announcement from Crawford, I'm pretty sure he's just chilling right now or beating people with kendo sticks and shit. But, I'll be listening out to hear when he announced his next move, period. And I feel like 160 is the answer. You get me? Well, let's keep rolling, y'all. So let's keep rolling. Something I wanted to talk about, man. I don't know if y'all seen it. I'm pretty sure y'all probably had by now. A little ass clip of when I say little clip, I mean like 4-second clip of Devin Haney surface, man, and it came out with him sparring, and he made some defensive move, and man, oh man. I hope I'm not overlooking this kid, man. I hope I'm giving him his proper credit going into this fight, right? I hope I'm making the right, accurate assessment on him because I could only go off of what he showed me, right? But with this little 4-second clip that surfaced, like y'all talking about leak sparring, like leak sparring is crazy. That's not leaving leak sparring. That's a leak motion. Bro made a defensive move and got out of the way. I started reading comments. They like, yeah, he razor sharp, man. Norman better be ready, man. Devin Haney looking like this or that. I'm like, yo, what? Yo, bro, Devin Haney been making that move his entire career. If y'all don't shut the hell up, y'all better chill out. Y'all better chill out, bro. That shit, man. He talking about he working on his inside game, bro. From a 4-second clip is crazy. I can't say that he working on his inside game from the 4-second clip. Not me. I was reading the comments. They was going crazy. I'm like, yo, y'all funny as hell. And maybe he is. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is. But bro, so you're telling me, and look, maybe I'm gonna be wrong as hell come November 22nd after the fight. Maybe I'm gonna be wrong as hell, y'all. But you're telling me you're working on the inside game with Brian Norman so you can go in the inside. So that's where you planning on fighting him? I bet. I got you, shout. I bet. It's like a 4-second clip, bro. They like, yeah, he working on his inside game. Yeah. Yeah, they crazy, bro. They like, yo, he looks sharp, yo. You see how he slipped the jab. And yo, man, he said, you see how he slipped the jab? Bro mess around and got some combat boots on in there, bro. I don't know who the hell he's sparring, but this right here is crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, there's nothing wrong with what he's doing in this clip. Let me be clear. There's nothing wrong, and I'm not making my assessment based off no clip, but my thing is, if you're planning to fight Brian Norman in the inside, you're definitely, and I don't think I'm saying the wrong thing, you're definitely giving him more opportunities. Now, I could understand Devin picking his spots where he stand his ground and try to be the boss and there are push Norman on the back foot. That's possible, right? That's possible for him to do that, right? I don't think it's just gonna be one-way traffic the entire time, but I think in order for him to be successful, he has to keep this a boxing match. Because let's be honest here, people. Let's be honest here. What is the reason that people keep saying that he's going to win, right? They're talking about feet, right? Oh, Brian Norman got slow feet, which they're wrong about. He's stuck in the mud. So y'all focal point is trying to exploit the fact that he doesn't have feet to keep up with Devin Haney. So that means if you're going to exploit his feet, that sounds like a boxing match to me, sir. You get me? And I don't have a problem with that because your makeup, you're a pure boxer. So if you're coming out there to box somebody, I don't have a single problem with it, right? Let's see it, bro. Let's see what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? But when I hear inside game, and maybe like I said, you'll pick your spots and make it work for you, but you gotta be smart, bro, because you can't get his assassin too many opportunities, bro. He's gonna clip you. I'm telling you. And he's an accurate puncher, and Ant McQueen been talking about it. Bro got some good timing. He don't have to load up on his punches. He's just naturally heavy-handed. You gotta really fight him in a way that suits you winning a boxing match. Like you gotta avoid it being a fight. I don't give a damn what nobody say. Y'all. If he go out there and fight with Norman and outfight him and outbox him and beat him on the cards or stop him, and we're going to get into that. Shout out to the homie Greg Hackett because he made a bold claim, man. He made a bold claim, but he also explained it. He went in depth with his assessment a little more on YSM. And y'all know I'm the clip king, so we're going to get to some of these clips. But, yeah, Lenar's calm doing that same. I'm telling you, bro, that's what I'm like. This shit got y'all excited. All right, y'all acting crazy. Y'all acting crazy. Y'all acting crazy now. That's not going to, bro. This is the shit he been doing his entire career. I'm not trying to be funny. This is no diss. This is no shot. This is no none of that. This is something he's been doing his entire career. He is athletic. You know what I mean? Devin is a coordinated boxer, man. He's a good boxer. He know how to get out of the way of shots. But the thing, yo, what is that? Where is he dipping to, y'all? That's our left, but that's his right. So that would be what? Brian Norman's what? That's going to be Brian Norman's Sensaki, bro. So you telling me you rolling to the Sensaki side? So you about to roll to the Sensaki side, bro? Nah, bro. That shit right there, I'm telling you right now, everything I don't mind being wrong, by the way, y'all. I'm just going off of what I'm watching. And if this got y'all excited, that left hook is going to put you to sleep if you do that shit. Man, I could see him corralling you with a left hook if you do that. I'm dead serious, bro. Man, I'm so serious, man. And you ain't even really commit to the jab right there. I don't want to overdo it, but you get me. Like you shot the right hand, should I say? But you fell short with it, right? Did you land it? No, you fell short with it. Like, bro, I can see if he landed that shot, knocked his head back, and then rolled about the way. Then we'd be talking about something. But he fell short with the shot, and then he rolled. And that's that same shit that I say, ducking and bending to the right, to his right. He still do that. That's just at this point that's his muscle memory, bro. That's his go-to. That's what he do. He shot the right hand. He fell short and just rolled and ducked and rolled to the right. Man, hell nah, bro. Dude, all right. Okay. Sensaki, telling you, you gonna roll to the gin, right into a gin bomb. I'm telling you, that's gonna go right. You're gonna roll right into a gin bomb. A gin Sensaki bomb coming up. Gin Sensaki bomb on the way, y'all. The Gin Sensaki bomb is on the way, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit got y'all hyped. Y'all bugging out, man. Y'all better show an actual clip. But shout out to Dad, man. He always in shape. He always gonna work hard. I ain't knocking him. I ain't knocking that clip or nothing like that. But I don't think that's not the one to get excited off. You get what I'm saying? You guys show me something different. Maybe he was putting belt to ass in the sparring. I wouldn't deny that, but that I ain't excited off of that, bro. Not that. That's what we know he do, right? Tell me, Aunt McQueen. Hey, Aunt McQueen, is he rolling into the Jin Sensaki bomb or what? Or am I tripping? Am I seeing it wrong, or is the Sensaki bomb on the way if he do this November 22nd? Hey, yo, Sensaki bomb on the way, bro. And shout out to the homie Greg Hackett. I'm gonna play his clip in a second too. He got Dev. He said 9th round KO. You know what I'm saying? Damon, my dog, was a 140-pounder who elite or great fighter who he beat. You can tell me that. I'll give Norman some credit. But if it's a bum, that's the thing, man. I think we just have different outlooks, Damon, and it's always all good. You know, we don't have to see everything the same, but Sensaki, I wouldn't call him the world beater, but I wouldn't call him a bum, right? And the thing is, for me, right, because this is a good, honest conversation, and we're going to get to the clips in a second, y'all. Y'all hit that like button, sub to the channel. Mike, my bro, what it do, family? Look, dude, when he threw that right hand, back foot came off the ground. That's an absolute no-no. Yeah, and then on top of that, that natural roll to the right, which would be a Sensaki bomb. But all right, so look back to and I get exactly where you going, Damon, as far as like elite this or elite that. But for me, the elite fighters that Devin fought, just list them, right? You will say Lomachenko, right? Elite. I say Lomachenko, right? That's not knocking him. He fought good fighters in his career. But we talking about elite, he fought Loma, right? But the thing is, this experience, and I could even get into the Regis clip too, because Regis said Dev gonna win, and he probably listing the same reasons you are. He talking about the experience as well. So I'm open to the conversation. I'm not gonna tell you wrong for thinking that, you know, his experience and the level of competition that Devin fought is the reason he gonna have the ups over Norman, right? I get it, but for me, when I look at it, the competition that people talking about and where most of all of those wins came, they was at 135 pounds, right? And if you put those guys next to a Brian Norman, and this is just the way I think, everybody don't see it this way. You get me? If you stack any of those 135 pounders next to, you get what I'm saying, Norman, let alone Loma included, you know what I'm saying? What you get me? So I just feel like the experience factor might not weigh in as much as what they're saying, because those experiences came against, you know what they say, you fight the smaller guys, this and all that. You know that how they always talk about Haney. Like, look, I'll pull it up. There you go. You get what I'm saying? There goes competition right there. That's one of the best ways to put it, right? And this is not me, by the way, but this is something that I had came across. And this is somebody that's obviously trying to take credit from him, but this is some of the competition, right? And just to put it in perspective, like put those guys, any of these guys you see up on the screen, and I'm glad they got Loma, Regis, they got, you know what I'm saying, Cambosa, they got like this biggest wins in there, the Gamboas and shit like that, right? Antonio Morans, Abdulayev, right? Alfredo saying they got his signature wins right in here. Put any of these guys in there with Brian Norman Jr. That's how I think. I'm not saying you think that way, right? You're not wrong for like speaking on the competition. I get it. But looking at some of his competition, this kind of gives you a reflection of it, right? You put any of those guys next to Norman Jr., bro, you're going to smoke these little guys, man. You get me? Like, I just think they're whatever skill they feel like they got, I think that should be nullified. Like, because he's just he'd be too big for these dudes. That's all I'm saying. So when I look at this particular fight, right? And again, I'm just saying how I look at it. I'm looking at what Devin Haney looked like versus guys that are more his size, right? And that's what you got to consider here. He's fighting guys where a guy where he has less physical advantages that he's accustomed to having, right? He's usually the bigger, longer guy, faster. He got all these advantages over the guy. I think several of those advantages are X'd out against a guy like Norman Jr., right? So you really got to pick your poison and you got to be smart. That's all I'm saying. There's ways that he can go in there and win this fight for sure, but these littler opponents, bro, they're not going to get it done like that. Like I said, you stack them against Brian Norman. That's curtains for these dudes. Punch Gambo out the ring. Cambosis, Loma, Regis, that should get ugly, I think. Like, you get just me personally, but still gotta have had the fights. But I just think that's where I look at, like, the experience still matters, but to a certain degree, right? You got what's his experience versus guys that's closer to his size, and how do those fights look is what I'm saying, right? Versus the naturally smaller guys. So look, that Devin's a hell of a fighter, boxer. He just got to show that, and if he himself 100%. Man, we got, like I've been saying the whole time, we got a great fight on our hands. But how I keep getting back to this is because of the different assessments. It's getting interesting. It's heating up, man. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you got people, and listen, Greg Hackett, everybody know Greg is for the community. When you got Greg Hackett coming out making a bold claim that Devin Haney is about to get a 9th round knockout over an undefeated guy that just punched 6 weeks of memory up out of dude, bro. He got me interested even more. Like, I've been hearing, he ain't even the only one. I've been hearing a couple people say the more they think, they got dead by knockout. Hey, look, y'all, they seen this clip and they got ready. They said, man, oh man, look at Dead, man. He looks sweet, rolling in there, look slipping. He rolling, he looks sharp. He working on his inside game. You know what I'm saying? He gonna bring the pain to Brian Norman. That's what they saying. That's what they say. I'm not exaggerating and I'm not joking and none of this. I read the comments. I see the reaction. They like, man, you see Debo Dev in there? Man, they can't rock with Debo Dev, man. Look, they said Norman better get ready, man. You better get ready for that missed right hand with that roll to the right side that we told you gonna get him in trouble with somebody with a left hand, right? You do that shit against Ryan Garcia, what's gonna happen? Huh? Do that against Ryan Garcia, what's gonna happen? Huh? That same move right there, Ryan. You missed the punch. I can see if you landed it, then we might be talking about something. Like I said, you miss. And I'm not knocking that, but that's not getting me excited to make me think that that's preparing him for Norman, bro. That's preparing for you to visit the upper room, bro. Where you trying to go? Like, where on earth are you trying to go? Because I'm pretty sure Brian Norman can send you there. Wherever it is you are trying to go on earth, he can send you there. Like, if you trying to go to Mars, you trying to go to the sunken place, like, where you trying to go? You trying to go to the shadow realm? Now, he got a few spots he can send you for sure. You get what I'm saying? But that shit there, maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I don't know shit about boxing. But that rolling shit with a miss right hand, and you allow him to counter you, man, that shit be so ugly. He got really good timing. You get what I'm saying? He got a sharp ass left hook, man. That shit dangerous, man. Even his pops know that. But look, again, that's just one way that it could go, right? On the flip side of that, you know what I'm saying? I still can't make much of the clip, but he ain't gonna show you too much. Maybe Devin is just doing little things that's gonna prepare him for what Brian Norman is gonna bring. I'm not opposed to that being the possibility, but I just know he got to fight a more mistake-free fight. And every fight, like, we seen him get hit and shit like that. Like, look, man, we got to be honest with ourselves. Hold on, man.
Now's the time for Cambosis.
Oh, nice right hand.
Man, hold on. The Cambosis. Hold on, man. The Cambosis stun him a little bit.
Now's the time for Cambosis.
Hold on, V. I know. Don't let him do that to you, G. Don't let him hit you like that. You hear me?
Ron Boots Ennis, Teofimo Lopez, and Mario Barrios. Which one are you going to fight against? Which one are you going to train with? And which one are you going to be friends with?
I ain't trying to be friends with neither one of them. I can't answer these questions how you want. Let me fight all of them.
B Norm said, let me fight all of them. I don't know. Yeah, shout out to David. I see you. Yeah, I've been wrong before, and I don't mind being wrong again. But this could get dangerous as well.
Now's the time for Cambosis.
The Cambosis stunning for a second, man. Did that happen, bro? What happened right there, man? I know that's a little clip. I ain't digging, man. I'm just saying, B. Like, he can't, like, is he gonna be celebrating like this at the end? Is that gonna be the end result for when he in there, man? What's happening, man? Talk to me. But let's get to my guy Greg Hackett, man. Let's hear what Greg had to say, man.
GHB breakdowns. Listen, a lot of y'all gonna be mad at me, but it's fine. I seen some footage. Devin Haney sparring. Changed my prediction. I had Devin Haney winning by decision. Now, from what I just see, Devin Haney, 9th round, knockout. 9th round. You might have to knock him down twice, but the second one is gonna be the one that put him out. Devin Haney defeats Brian Norman Jr. by knockout in the 9th round. Great fight, though. Not taking nothing away from Brian Norman Jr. Great fight, but ends in a knockout. Devin Haney gets his hand raised, 9th round.
Shout out to my guy GHB, man. You hear me? He got faith in him, man. They got faith in Debo Dev. You hear me? But whoever made this poster, they said Devin has never faced one of the 4 new kings. He did now, no. You can X that off now. You can X that off. He fought Ryan, right? Well, Ryan was one of the 4 kings. He did fight Ryan, even if it didn't count on the record. He fought him. Young elite prospect. I mean, well, Brian Norman is a young champion, so that's better than a young elite. What the fuck? Just think about that. See, look, real quick, though. This is how you know people be trying to not elite prospects. I don't know. Elite and prospect in the same thing. Like you elite prospects. I don't know. It ain't too many of them, man. So I don't know about that one. Opponent under 30 or close. All right. Brian Norman is what, 23, 24 years old? I don't know, man. He knocking some of this off the thing. Bigger opponent or equal size. Hey, man, he knocking shit off the list. Low key, this outdated. This outdated. You got to cross out the 4 kings, that young elite prospect shit. Opponent under 30. When he fight Norman, bigger opponent, equal size, you got to take that shit off. Undefeated opponent, and Brian Norman undefeated. Shout out to Dev. Low key, all this slighting him in this poster. He knocking all these shits down by getting in there with Brian Norman. And they said Devin Haney Promotions elderly nursing home. That's wild. They crazy. But this knocks all that shit down. Y'all get me. Locked and loaded was good, homie. Yeah, what's the elite prospect? That's what I was saying. What the hell is the elite prospect? So that's how y'all know. Look, I'm no hater of his. I'm rooting for him to get back to being 100% Devin Haney. But all this shit got to go. They're going to have to rewrite this. They're going to have to find some more hating material. This shit ain't going to work. You get me? He fought Ryan since then. He got cheated, but he fought him. You get me? He survived all 12 too. And now he's fighting a young, undefeated world champion. So, nah, man. Hey, man, you got to get this man a ton of credit, man, for this fight right here. This ain't the fight where you could diss him. You can't say shit. Oh, he young, he green. No, nah. Brian Norman ready. Be Norman ready. But it's gonna be one of them ones. GHB say he got dead by 9th round KO. You hear me? We're gonna pull up his other he had broke it down. Shout out to the homie YSM, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie YSM, man. He elaborated on his pick. You know what I'm saying? So look, there you go, my guy Damon. There you go. Somebody got Debo dead by KO. You know what I'm saying? That ain't nothing nice. He said after what he seen, you know what I mean? And I just like hearing his takes. I'm not an agree or disagree guy all the time. I just be wanting to hear people get their boxing opinion and you know, see where he going. He been around the sport for forever, right? So, you know, just want to hear what he got to say. Yeah, YSM a good dude for sure. Shout out to the homie YSM and shout out to GHB. And he be giving them assessments, man. He gave one about on this, and it was pretty solid. Credit salad. Al Booker said Debo dead by decision. I heard you say Jussie. He capping. He trying to get Norman's head. Now, I don't know, man. He might be serious, man. He might be serious. Hold on. Why is this on mute, man? Is it on mute? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Why is it on mute? Why is it muted? Double tap the screen. I don't speak on this, but turning point in Haney career was a Santiago fight. That was a fight where he tore his rotated cuff. Oh, that was the beginning of his power decrease. Hey, man, nah, that's real. You talking about the one? Didn't he not? Did he knock him out? Ain't that the guy I thought he tore his joint knocking somebody out, right? I thought that's something he did. Or am I tripping? Or do I got Devo dead confused out how? Nah.
First time inside.
Damn, my bad. I was on mute. My bad, y'all. Damn. Yeah, man, but you're right. A lot of people don't talk about that with the Santiago fight. I think they was making a meme. Thought it was somebody else that they was saying that he knocked out and hurt himself. But maybe they was just trolling or something. But yeah, man, shit could have been a turning point or a decrease in his power. Because I never thought he was a feather-fisted guy. He just ain't no power puncher per se, right? But, you know, not having a knockout for a stretch, right? Make you think, make you wonder for sure.
A long time, especially this late, right? Yeah, shit, I ain't been here this late in a minute. But you gonna put the scully on product placement. Yo, you got the internet going crazy. Yeah. League sparring session. Yeah. Devin Haney, I ain't gonna say with who, but it's completely changed your prediction. Yeah. You initially said
more boxing.
Outbox Brian. And now you're saying Devin Haney by stoppage? Yeah. Why?
There you go. Let's hear what GHB had to say.
I be trying to tell people I can see, like, I ain't even going to explain it because it's not going to make sense.
No. Man, come on. It's not about cook.
I can see movement, and I can compare the movements. I can contrast the movement. Like, in my mind, I can put them together, and I can see how they lock, especially in a fight. Norman will be ready, but it's gonna be that thing. Like I said, he might overtrain for the fight. Meaning he might be too excited. He blew his load early. Devin Haney been on this level where I've been in there with a puncher. I've been in there with somebody fast. I've been in there with somebody tall and all of that. I've been here before. I've been here before. I mean, it's not gonna be that much of a shock to him. It's gonna be a big fight, but it's not a shock to him.
Shout out to Even, man. Make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel, y'all.
It's gonna be a shock to Brian Norman because Brian Norman, his whole thing is proving that I'm on this level. He's gonna fight. He's gonna give Dev a hell of a first 3 rounds. Them first 3 rounds gonna be hell. He's gonna fight, right? But when the fight settle, 4th, 5th, 6th round, 7th round, that's kind of getting into the water. You know what I mean? Just think about walking in water. Think about getting in the pool and starting off at 2 feet. And then you get the 3. And then you get the 4. And then you get the 5. You understand what's happening?
He always got a good analogy.
Brian Norman, to me, is not going to be able to keep up that pace the entire night. They're going to be stealing shots between 1 and 6. Going to be stealing, meaning scoring. I mean, just to get up on the cards, not trying to do too much damage. The 7th round, it's going to be a major turnaround. They're going to start to pull off. They're going to go to the body. They're going to be sneaking them hooks in there, sneaking them right hands in there. The 8-9, he's going to be sitting down. What I see is they're going to be sitting down. Norman going to be fighting, but it's not going to have the punches, not going to have the same steam. Because they don't have the same steam, they're going to feel that and gain confidence off of that. And he's going to start loading up that motherfucking right hand. And Norman going to go down. He might get up the first time. The second one, he's not getting up. That's what I'm saying. That's how I feel. I can see it. I just can see it. People going to call me crazy, but I can see it. Good fight, though. Good fight.
You're not the only.
So look, man, I'm gonna play the rest of it in a second, but shout out to JHB. I always like his breakdowns, man. It's boxing ain't about agreeing or disagreeing. It's just like hearing where somebody coming from, and that could be a path to victory for Devin if that's the case. But I'm gonna play Brian Norman Sr. talking too, because he spoke about him getting tired and things like that, and his father had something to say about this when Mill City asked him. Know what I'm saying? For me, that could happen, right? If you're a guy that's really excited and you fighting all hard, right? Trying to prove something and you having that anxious or nervous energy or whatever you want to call it, right? And you kind of blow your load early, right? And then you could find yourself fading down as the rounds get deeper, right? That could happen. You know what I'm saying? And then the guy that is, seems to be supposed to be the more experienced guy could use that experience to kind of guide himself to finish the fight stronger than you, being the younger guy. You get what I'm saying? With the less experience. But for me, I haven't seen a fight where Brian Norman punching power wasn't still intact, right? You know what I mean? I think he had a knockout on the later side of things, right? I believe he did. So I think he carries his power all night is what I'm saying. And the thing about him, I don't think he fights at such a frenetic pace that he gonna burn himself short. Like, I don't think he fights with that young boy energy. I like the nickname Assassin. He one of them. Like, he's calculated. And you get what I'm saying? He's calculated. He's patient. He could snipe. He could pick really good shots. You get what I'm saying? All fighters have flaws, but there's some things offensively that he can do really well in there. And I just don't see him blowing his load per se, right? As he put it, I don't see him burning the gas tank early like that. I don't. Like, just go look at the fights. Look how he fight. He responds like he not letting you punch on him. And he definitely, if he set the pace, you're gonna be in some trouble. Because he don't set a pace that he can't somewhat keep up with, right? Everybody, like, if he jump on you, that's one thing. But for the most part, from round to round, it don't be like huge drop-offs in what he do. Unless I'm missing something, he's pretty consistent with it. And that's what I'm saying. I don't expect that to be the factor where he go in there and be trying to prove something so much that he kind of burn his load early. Like, I don't think he's going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to fight smart and responsibly because he is a champion. He's going to behave like one, I believe. I think he feel like Devin Haney is stepping in his weight class and he going to show him. You get what I'm saying? I don't think the lights is going to be too bright. He the damn champion. Fighting Devin Haney ain't about to make you get me? Like, look, I think you could say that this is the best boxer that he's fought, this is the best fighter that he's fought, but this might be the most dangerous guy that Devin Haney has faced. So they both have their challenges ahead of them, right? They both got their work cut out in different ways, but man, that knockout is tough, bro. He gonna have to be a special guy on the night. And I ain't saying it like Brian Norman is invincible, but he gonna have to be extremely dialed in, pinpoint accuracy if you're just gonna get in there and knock this kid out. Like, that's not gonna be easy. He ain't going. I believe he got a good chin, and he give a hell of a shot too, man. He give a hell of a shot. You know what I mean? Remembers what Bill said about I'm telling bro. I've been talking to. I'm telling you, the Giovanni fight was more high paced and intense than any fight Devin has been in, and still ain't got. Bro, you get me broken down, bro. Like, he don't count on him not being able to go the distance or go like and be strong throughout the fight. Don't count on that. That's gonna be a mishap. I'm telling you. That dude gonna be in shape, man. And I already heard some of the stuff he was doing, swimming laps, and this was man. I'm telling you. And I do hear GHB though. He brought up like the overtraining aspect, and I think all fighters run that risk too. But it's ways that both guys could win a fight. Just to be real, right? I just feel like for me, Devin has to be more of a chess match. You got to be boxing, picking his shots, staying on the outside, picking his moments when to attack and when to press forward, right? When to try to back Norman up. You just got to be really disciplined and smart at that. And I just seen him be way too jittery for my liking in his last fight. So I don't know if he's fully all the way where he needs to be. But this fight, I think, is going to answer all of those questions. But let's finish hearing what GHB had to say.
People may call me crazy, but I can see it. Good fight, though. Good fight.
You're not the only person that said that to me. I ain't going to say who the other person is. But he said to me, yo, I think Dev's going to stop it.
Yeah.
Now, what did you see in that sparring session? You ain't got to give me too much. But what did you see in that sparring session to let you know that that's a definite possibility?
Well, people don't understand. They like, yeah, it's just sparring. It is. It's just sparring. But another thing I can see a person's mentality. If you think about Devin Haney's sparring sessions, the ones we've seen, he's getting a lot of boxing.
NBA 2K. Sound like he's saying his mentality is going to be to fight more or something. And look, that maybe that is going to be a surprise to Norman that he's sticking there and fight more. But it's going to be interesting to see.
This version of Dev that I saw was like real for sure. He knew what he wanted. He knew what he wanted to do, and he was in there working on it. And he was doing it.
See that right there? I get what GHB is saying. And yeah, you know, they say you fight how you train, right? So maybe if he trained, but to the contrary, they just said he had the fight where he trained and they did all of the right stuff in sparring or in training camp. He did all of the right things, but then when he got in the fight, they say he didn't do none of it. So that's still in the back of my mind, right? Is he going to avoid this being the case for this fight? Like I can't miss that. That's something that makes him who he is. Sticking to a game plan, being sharp, and doing what works for him. Not so much trying to prove something, right? You gonna be who you are. He take chances, right? Dude like to mix it up a bit, but you just gotta pick your spots with him. Hannibal was good with it. And McQueen in the building was good, my guy.
What's the deal? I think that tactically, I feel like Dev is gonna be on point. The biggest concern that I have for Devin Haney in this fight is maintaining tidiness with his technique. I think that's going to be of the utmost importance because, like you said, with that right hand rolling out, there has been instances where he's been able to pull it off successfully. Like he actually used it in that fight versus Ramirez, throwing the right hand, rolling out weak side. But like you said, it's one of those punches where you can't miss with it. You got to be super on point because there's going to be that moment where you're exposed on both sides, actually. Because just by virtue of his technique, you know, when he throws that right hand, he's dropping the left and the right hand is momentarily down too, because your hand can't be in two places at one time.
Right. I'm with you. I see you. Look, Jay, dig this. This is the difference. You saying Shakur's jittery against Nakatila? I don't think so. No. And he dominated him and dropped him twice. Got credit for one. He dominated him. That's a much different situation. De Los Santos, right? Cool. He went in that fight injured. We knew what that was, but he ain't never get dragged through the mud. You can't disregard the Ryan fight. I know it don't count on his record or against him, but that happened, and that is the reason that led to him fighting the way he did against Ramirez, in my opinion. I think without that fight going that manner, or say it never happened, he get in there and fight a Ramirez, I don't see him performing that way, right? So it's the things that he went through to get to the point where I feel like he was jittery. See, Shakur, he didn't have that happen. he got in a fight where he was injured. Devin Haney was 100%, right? As we know, had a great training camp, looked phenomenal on the scale, healthy and everything. What was the problem? They said he worked on all these things. He didn't do none of them. Like I said, with Shakur, you talking about a guy that was sick for the last week of training camp, sparring the last week or so of sparring, throwing up. You get what I'm saying? Multiple little nagging ailments and had every reason to pull out, but didn't. You get what I'm saying? So I think that I'm not excusing it. It's just is what it is. He got through it, but he didn't take the beating, right? So of course I don't think it was gonna have no bearing on the next fight. And like I said, man, think about how tough we rating somebody if you think he was jittery against a guy that he beat pretty much every single round. That scorecards was ridiculous, like 120, 108. That shit wasn't even close. That's what I'm like. If that's what jittery is, bro, I'm sorry. I've never seen I can't think of no other fighter that could win every single round, and the criticism is louder than what actually took place. And like I said, credit to my dog Ant McQueen, because him breaking it down when he did a while back just made me re-see the fight that people really was tripping. So I get it. Wasn't the best performance, I guess, offensively, but I just think he beat him so dominantly, right? He didn't struggle. You know what I mean? He got hit with some solid shots against Nakatila. The man could punch, but outside of that, he got dominated. You know, so like I said, if it wasn't for him going through that with Ryan, right? Say that didn't happen that way, or maybe he won and didn't get knocked down, and maybe he fought a fight where he was moving like that, I wouldn't feel exactly the same way. But being that I know that's off of that performance is off the back of the layoff, the Ryan fight. You get what I'm saying? And I gave him grace. I said he might need more than one fight to get all the way back. But at the same token, I didn't expect that next fight after Ramirez to be Brian Norman either. And I'm being real when I say I think it could be dangerous going into a fight with the questions I feel like people as a whole have for him, and then you going to fight that guy. So that's why I say I give him a ton of credit. Win, lose, or draw from the rip. I want to be clear, but if it's some way, and I ain't saying it's impossible, if he pull this off, prove me wrong, and whoever else think he might lose, I'm telling you, bro, the credit I'm gonna give him, you're gonna really respect it, right? So I just want to see what he's gonna do. I just don't know. I don't know. There's some unknowns, right? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no injuries in this fight. It wasn't no sickness. It was a good train. It was a layoff, though. You know what I'm saying? And coming off the Ryan fight. So there's that. So it's kind of like a layoff effect, a layover effect, right? I want to see if he's fully over that, and I just don't know. But we'll find, like I said, this is the fight where we find it out.
Yeah, psychologically, that's certainly a part of it. But just looking at how consistent Brian Norman Jr. is with his timing.
Say that again.
I was saying, like, psychologically, yeah, that's definitely a part of it, seeing how he looks, how he responds. But, you know, again, for me, the biggest concern isn't necessarily just the power from Brian Norman Jr., it's just how consistent he is with timing people. Right. And when we talk about these fighters and who they fought and their experience and their resume, distance is distance. Reach is reach.
Right.
It doesn't matter who you are. You know, your habits are your habits. And I think that's one of the things that gets overlooked. You say, like, oh, well, he did that to Sasaki. How would he do that to Devin? Oh, well, simply, if Devin puts himself in a similar position to be taken advantage of. Right. Your resume has nothing to do with the position that you put yourself in the ring. And the same goes for Brian Norman Jr. If there are certain things that he does, like Shawa was mentioning, the body work, because for the most part, he keeps his hands high, Brian Norman Jr. So if you keep your hands high, then that leaves vacancy where? In between, in the middle. You could be vulnerable to the stab. You might be susceptible to getting hit to the body, like in the flanks, if you keep your hands really high. Right? So, yeah, there is a way that Devin Haney could get the body attack off. You see what he did with Lomachenko. He landed some beautiful right hands to the body. But this is why I say the other little things, the fine details, are going to be extremely important in this fight. When you decide to punch to the body, can you mix it up to where you don't create a pattern so the guy can time you?
9 tablets.
Not getting too wide with the stance, not getting too wide with the stance, and being tidy with your positioning. Because if you stepping in too deep, you could either get timed on the way in or you can get timed on the way out.
Right.
And like I just got a couple clips. Like we were talking about the right hand, that clip that you were showing just when he was rolling out to the right. Remember the infamous moment where he got rocked by Linares. He was throwing that same exact punch.
Yeah.
That one right there, look. All right, so hold on. I think I got the thing. It just popped up in the back.
I got you.
All right. So people, can you see this? This is Devin Haney throwing that same punch. Look, watch this. He's gonna go with the right hand. He's gonna walk his rear foot out to the side, square it up momentarily, and rolling out the same way, rolling out to his right. Right? Now he rolls under the left hook, but look, both hands are down, and then look, Linares is able to hit him with a right hand as he's rolling that way. And then he rolls into what?
The left hand.
Damn left hook. He rolls into the left hook.
I'm telling y'all.
And then he's frozen by the left hook, and then Linares is able to put a right hand across over the top. Then another left hook behind. That's a 3-punch combination right there.
Right.
And that's off the same exact punch that you just showed that he was throwing and sparring.
And it's crazy because in this fight, he actually kind of connected to some degree. This training, this little sparring clip, he completely missed his shot, which to me is not a good sign. Because you have even less of a chance, I think, on the escape when you ain't even landing the shot. At least you could blind them temporarily if you made them block and brace. But when you fall completely short with the shot, you leave yourself wide open.
Bro.
That clip, it shows it all, bro. You don't hands on your knees, bro. Hands on your knees. What they say.
So because the man was undisputed at 135 and he beat Lomachenko at 135.
Right.
Yeah, I get all the resumes, and Devin Haney's had a great career. Great career. Can't take nothing away from the guy.
Nope.
But doing that shit right there, it doesn't matter who you fought, who you were undisputed against. If you do that against a guy that just knocked the guy out with a damn left hook, you think that Brian Norman Jr. can't time him rolling out like that with both of his hands down? And then if you see both hands down,
Mr. Miles,
he's susceptible to the left hand and the right hand.
Right.
Time him rolling out. I got another clip where Jojo Diaz timed him rolling out, doing the same thing in that fight. He tried the same thing versus Jojo, got time rolling out.
You cannot drop your hands against no guy that could put you out with either hand and not be the mistake that you're making. And you're, again, what's the saying? You train how you fight, or you fight how you train,
exactly.
Right? And
exactly.
Bro, you still, that's in your DNA. It's like genetically embedded in you for you to do that, because I've seen it for a large part of your career. That's just one of the things you do. That's your exit. And those little things like that, them little nuances is why your defense is good, but not elite or great to me. Because you kind of run out of answers, and that's what you do, and that puts you in a very bad position. And if you do that against a guy that's throwing Sensaki bombs, you're in trouble, man. That shit is dangerous, bro.
Still doing it.
Yeah. Look, yeah.
Both hands down, rolling out to the right, left hook to the body, left hook at the end.
And this a smaller guy. This is why when y'all keep saying the experience, I feel y'all. I promise you I do. But that's JoJo frame in there. You talking about Norman, and he a sniper in there with heavy hands. And we really watch that fight. If he allows, now again, you get better, of course. But if he allows the kind of success that JoJo was having in that fight with no damn jab, walking in, landing lead hooks and shit. Now he was taking them well, but bro, I don't advise that against Norman. I'm telling you now. Don't do it. You don't make that move. I don't suggest doing that. Like, you better box and not do that. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, work on your inside game. I ain't knocking nothing. I'm not trying to make this sound like a one-sided thing, but it's, again, you're on the bounce back, right? You got to answer questions. Norman is looking like a damn beast right now, to be honest. And that's what you got to slow down. He like a locomotive going full steam ahead. That's what you got to do. So, as long as you prepare, I know he putting the work in. I ain't dismissing him. I ain't knocking him. I just think it's gonna be tough. I think what Norman brings to the table makes this fight tough. And when you add on the mistakes that he made, I think those things could be tricky. Get what I'm saying? You got to be smart.
Just be sharp. Be sharp and I think that Devin is sharp. I just think you just got to be tidy, man, with your technique, because at this level, especially facing bigger guys, right. That's going to make all the difference, man.
Nah, you got. I mean, shit. Norman has defensive lapses in there as well, but the things that I was focusing on, as far as what Greg was pointing out, like him slowing down, going slow, I don't see him doing that stuff. But you've seen the defensive lapses, you've seen him misjudge, mistime punches, you've seen him get dropped. You've seen that, right? Still, or shit outside of the Ryan fight, but so you've seen him hit the deck, right? But I think for me, like, the margin for error, as I've been saying, is just not the same for both guys to me. You know what I'm saying? Unless Devin is gonna hit him with some hot shit, that shit that GHB talking about, maybe. But other than that, you got your work cut out for you. And it's like I'm really truly interested to see if this fight gonna be the reemergence of the jab. Is this where we gonna get the jab? Is it? You know what I'm saying? Because you need the jab. You need the jab, sir. You get me? You gonna need the jab. You're not jabbing. I don't see you winning this fight. And I'm gonna be like straightforward when I say that. If you're not jabbing successfully, I don't think you win this fight. I don't.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job breaking it down, man. Like this fight for me is love to break down, bro. And first and foremost, salute to the chat, the platform, this channel. Always good content, bro. I'm always listening, bro. Love the content. For me, the only concern I have for Brian, fellas, is he's fighting more of a slick fighter. At times, Devin's not going to be there from the hit because of the foot movement. But I think Ant McQueen said it best. There's times in a fight where Devin's going to be in that pocket too long, and Brian has to make him pay. And I think Brian has to make him pay early with a shot that doesn't necessarily hurt him bad where he drops him, but it makes Devin a little gun shy, a little hesitant. And now you see a version of what he looked like versus Ramirez, where he's dancing around, he's throwing one shots at a time, he's scared to close the distance. Also too, you guys talk about the jab. Well, I mean, can we be honest here? I mean, I think Floyd said it last time after he lost to Ryan. Technically speaking, I don't think Devin throws the jab the right way because his chin's up in the air and there's room there to be hit. And so, and then too, I trust Norman Sr. more, an ex-boxer who's been in there, right? Compared to, Bill, who he talks a great game, but I don't see no adjustments during fights. I didn't see no communication in that corner versus Loma when Loma came on late. I didn't see any adjustments from Devin Haney. And so I think distance and range is going to play a huge factor. I think Devin Haney, if he's smart, he has to make this an outside fight from distance. Use the jab, dance around. He can't be concerned if the crowd's booing or not. Like, his job is to get his hand raised, and it doesn't matter how he gets it raised. Just get it raised and get out of this fight. But I'm with you guys, bro. Like, I think at some point, I think Devin Haney has more ways to lose this fight. I think Brian needs to be I think Brian needs to guess the right way one time with a good shot. And I think that shot changes the fight instantly. And so there's more room for mistakes for Devin compared to Brian. And so I got Brian. I don't think Devin makes it all 12 rounds. You can't tell me what he looked like versus Ramirez, and just magically he's going to look different versus a puncher of Brian Norman's Brian Norman's degree when Ramirez wasn't even a puncher. And so I think the Haney's bit off a little bit more than they can chew. And just last point right here. I know Devin might be the more skilled fighter, and more of a technical boxer. But I agree with a lot of shit that Tim Bradley said in these past couple of months leading up to this prize fight. He's a shot fighter, bro. And when you have a shot fighter who's scared to engage and he's scared to get hit, he's going to get hit. And so I think it's just a matter of time before Brian lands the shot. And again, it might not be a shot where it puts him down, but it might be a shot where, you know, he stumbles, he's hurt, and then it changes how Devin moves forward. So I don't know, but yeah, I got Norman, bro, in a stoppage. But that's me, though.
I feel you, man. Good shit. Shout out to Rob. What's good, homie? What's good, T-Mac? Yeah, man. I just want to be clear. I'm not against Devin, but like we've been saying, I just feel like he going into this fight with more questions, right? The question people have for Brian Norman is, or the thing that they bring up the most is the experience, right? Regis Prograis, he fought Devin Haney. Feels like Brian Norman lacks the experience, therefore Devin Haney's going to beat him. And again, if he was looking like this brand new guy, or, you know, if I ain't see what I just seen in the last fight, maybe I don't feel this way that I'm feeling, but it's dangerous, man. I think they might be underrating this dude ability to close the gap to get to his man. And you know, I don't think he got bad feet at all. I think he's the kind of athlete that you really got to prepare for. So I just hope that from a preparation standpoint, he crossed every T, dot every I. I just want to see a great fight. I'm not rooting against him, but I'm not making a pick based on what I've seen. And I'm going off of like, all right, they last 3 fights or so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it should just look drastically different. One guy is on the up, the other guy is like not trending down, but he's trying to climb back up and get right. This is his prove it fight. He beat Brian Norman. People got to shut the hell up. They gotta shut up. They gotta put more respect on his name.
Right.
Dangerous ass fight. One that people didn't expect him to, and won. Even if it's an ugly win, still gonna get my respect. But I know
Absolutely
criticize
Absolutely,
the hell
bro.
out of it. But for me, a win is a win, especially over that damn monster. So I don't want to make it sound like it's one-way traffic. But again, just some of the things that I hear, standing in the pocket, trying to back him down, working on the inside game. Those are things that sound like you're planning on initiating a fight. And that's not what you want. I don't give a damn. I seen it with Ryan. You initiated a fight, and that shit went bad. He's more athletic than Ryan, and I think he's far more disciplined and more dangerous. And he's not just a one-handed guy. Man, Ryan got power in both hands, to be honest, but I think Norman is more cerebral fighter. You get what I'm saying? I think he just
of course
more into the craft. So I don't know. He just got to be really smart with that guy. That's
also too, man. You mentioned something that I really didn't think about. Like Brian Norman is like a really good, versatile, athletic fighter, which means he can get on you quick before you know it. He's cut the distance. He's within your space, and now he's close to you, Devin. And now you have to be able to do some insight fighting. I never looked at Devin Haney as a elite insight fighter. I haven't, and just like we talked about, you know, I talked about the black skilled fighter that Devin could be. You know, same could be said for, you know, Devin Haney, right? The last fight he was in front of, Ramirez stood right in front of him at times. I mean, we know Mexican fighters aren't considered movers or, you know, foot, you know, guys with good feet, you know, a la Canelo Alvarez. Terence Crawford just showed you that a couple weeks ago or 3-4 weeks ago. And so Devin's going to have to figure out the puzzle as well. And I think the jab is going to be so key to keep him at bay. But what if Brian times the jab, or someone takes the jab away, or he slips the jab and he's cutting distance instantly? And now before you know it, Devin, now you're in a brawl and you're with the guy in there who's close quarters and he's begging to the body and he's throwing short uppercuts, short left hooks. Now you have an issue. Listen, like you said, Jusdueboxing, I don't care how Devin gets to win if I'm in his corner. Make it an ugly fight. Make it a boring fight. Listen, fight like Shakur Stevenson at times, right? Make it from a distance, jab, pot shot, tie him up, make the ref reset you guys. Like, listen, this fight is going to be a tale of two styles, and it may come down to which fighter can impose their will or their style of fight on each other. But I think Brian Norman can do it. I just think that a fighter of that magnitude, Brian Norman, and with that build and body style, he's going to be able to cut the distance and at times walk Devin down and back him up and force a fight. And I don't think Devin Haney, with that chin of his now, don't want to be in a situation where he's forced to fight. But last point, like Floyd Mayweather told him years ago, you want to keep the fight at the end of the stick, a la the jab, and make it a distance fight. But what the fuck you going to do when a man forces you to fight and he cuts distance? So I'm ready to see when that happens, what's the adjustment, Bill Haney? I've yet to hear Bill Haney make adjustments in any fight in any corner. So we'll see.
Right. Nah, I feel you. Shout out to L-Dub. Yeah, man. That's why I meant to ask Keith about that too, about diminishing opponents. Like, what's his thoughts on it? Because yeah, he is. And that look, that's why I hate to say it like this. I feel like I don't know if he's media trained or not, but he gives. It's not even politically correct. He just gives those very atypical answers, and it's like rinse, wash, and repeat, like the stuff he say, right? Like, oh, I'm levels above Norman. I'm gonna show him. That shit don't sound familiar. Only thing he ain't saying and yelling is you too small. I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know if he told him he was small, but you know, levels above him. You said that with Ryan. Like he say the same stuff as like he gonna repeat with the trash talking, right? He say the same exact stuff over and over. He said Floyd 2007 answers. I swear, bro. It's like it's reminiscent of that. Like you just say what you expect him to say, and it's like the same thing over and over. So it's like, okay. That you should learn not to diminish the opponents, because again, you're gonna want the respect when you beat them, right? You saying you fighting the best welterweight, so don't diminish the best welterweight because you knocking down your winning peg. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to Hen Dog. What's good with the homie? So just got to be more aware of that. I know. I guess other ways to sell a fight. You could just say what you gonna do or how it's gonna look, or you better than him, but you ain't gotta say he ain't good and he ain't this. Because why do you waste your time with somebody that's not on your level? Right, champion or not. So it's like you still gonna want credit for that dangerous dude, because that's the way your dad talk. I tell you now, if they get their hand raised, you ain't gonna hear the end of Bill. You ain't gonna be able to shut Bill up. You ain't gonna be able to shut Bill up. Everybody talking about going to 160. Yeah, he made a little video and he put it on the where it showed flashed him and then it flashed Janibek, and you know Janibek responded to it, but that was one of the things that they was talking about. Something they mentioned 160, because you know 68 he said he was only trying to fight Canelo. 54 is out, and you know he pushing that 4-time undisputed. 2 cents was good, homie. So
can I be fair to Devin Haney real quick? Because I know we say he gotta evade this, that, and the third, but I think that it would actually behoove him and now to be in the pocket at times. Mr. Mon said he's not necessarily known as an inside fighter or, you know, fighting in the pocket, but Dev be having his moments. That's why the Antonio Moran fight is my favorite personal fight from Devin Haney. So it's not that he doesn't have it in the bag. He's not incapable. I think it's going to come down to what you said before, bro, which is the confidence. You got to have the confidence to be able to do these things, to be able to just stand in there and be able to defend yourself, roll back with shots. Like look how he was right here. Look at this. Catch, shoot the uppercut, duck, boom, press up. I like how he did that. Press up. Now you take the left hand away from Moran. Not the left hand, the right hand, pardon me. Still in the shell. Look at the roll. Look. Come back. Uppercut underneath. There go another one. Catch that one.
That dude take chances.
Boom, roll back, come back. Right hand. So I think in order to beat Brian Norman Jr. and to be able to hurt him in the way that GHB was talking about, he's gonna have to take those type of chances.
Yeah, you gotta be.
And it's not impossible. He can do it.
Right.
It's gonna come down to the confidence, though. Right. I don't think that a fight like the Ramirez fight is going to keep Brian Norman Jr. off his case. He's gonna have to take those type of chances in order to get his respect. He don't got to put him down with the hardest shot in the world. He just got to be able to time him and make him a little bit hesitant to just let his hands go. Because if he doesn't give him any type of pause or apprehension, then you mess around and you get a Paulie Malignaggi, Sean Porter type of situation. And I don't think he can afford to put himself in that place.
Ant McQueen, I appreciate the pushback and the counterpoint that you're making to my argument.
No evidence was good, homie.
to that, I would say, Morano came in a straight line. Devin's on the rope sitting there. Brian ain't coming like that, bro. Brian uses angles, way better feet. He's a Hispanic fighter. Norman's a black fighter. And so I know Devin stood there at times versus him. And like you guys both agreed to, maybe he has to do that at times. But if he doesn't have to do it, then I would caution him not to do it. Because if you can win the fight your way and you ain't got to do that in the pocket and put yourself in danger, then because it only takes one shot in a boxing match. And so I just think that styles make fights. And I think Devin versus Moreno was more of a even matchup, especially at the weight. Devin's moving up to 147 and facing a puncher. And so he has to be cautious of the pocket. He has to be cautious of how long he stays in the pocket. And his hands got to be up. He has to be aware. He has to be defensively responsible. And so, like, I don't subscribe to the point that he has to make Brian respect him. Maybe frustrate Brian because it's a distance fight. He's jabbing, he's moving. Listen. If I'm inside Devin's corner, fellas, I'm saying this to him. Every time Brian gets close to you, you grab and you hold and you make the referee reset. You make it a boring fight, right? I don't want to engage with a 147 pounder and I'm moving up in weight from 135. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking that chance. That's just me, though. So I don't know what their game plan is. So Devin ain't fighting for the fans. He ain't trying to prove to nobody what he can and can't do. All he needs to do is get his hand raised. And so that should be the game plan. So if he's going to stand in the pocket and try to trade with this man or sit down on some shots and leave himself wide open for a left hook or something down low stairs to the body, then he don't get what he deserves. Because 2 times too often, fighters fight for the fans and they get their ass knocked out. And so, but listen, again, I respect the opinion and it's a great point. But so this is why I'm curious, fellas, to see the game plan. I want to see what Devin does.
Right, me too. Yeah, man, it's a healthy conversation, no bashing, but I don't think we're not saying that Brian Norman is a boogeyman. Yeah, I think that's why I keep trying. I don't want to keep repeating the same things. We want to make sure at least you understand where we coming from. Like we're not like you can't remove the Ryan fight even though it's not on the record. It's a no contest, right? You can't get the thought of the Times Square event. That was alarming. Like for me, even if that was my favorite fighter, like if he's healthy and that's how he fought healthy, yes, I would be concerned. Just it'll be some. I ain't saying you got to panic yet, but it'll be some concern. So that's all I'm saying. Like, and we seeing it as recent as this little sparring clip that you gotta think. Go type this in and find it somewhere, bro, and go read the comment section within these clips. This little clip, they excited, bro. They like, man, he's sharp. He looking sharp. He working on the inside game and this and that. I'm like, all of that from that, it looked like that same bad habit that's the shit that's gonna get you caught right there. To me, go ahead and do that in a fight, all right, and see if I'm wrong. But you do that, and it's something that you do. It's just like you see it in multiple fights. You see Ant McQueen pull up the clips. Like it's just certain things that he do that could be dangerous for a guy that has the firepower. Like you get what I'm saying? Those
I do, bro. Absolutely.
And the timing, that what's name scares me, bro. I'm having nightmares about Devin Haney's left hook. Like
you said Devin's left hook, McQueen. You saying Devin's left hook?
Yes.
Okay.
And I mean for Devin Haney's safety. Like
yes. Okay, gotcha.
It worries me for him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think this is, and that's why I keep saying I don't think that this is a impossible fight for him to win. Tactically, I think that he's got the wherewithal to get it done.
Yes,
I think
agree.
Technically, and I mean this is no disrespect to Devin Haney whatsoever, but prior to this fight being announced, I hadn't watched Devin Haney this intimately to the point where I'm looking at just like his technique. Because I don't think that he lacks punching power. I don't think he's pillow fisted or anything of the sort. I really just think it's his technique. Like a lot of times with his right hand, he falls in. And as a result, that's why he has to roll out to his right like that. Or he has to like fall in and clinch. When he throws his left hook, it's very difficult to find instances where he's just planting his feet and just turning the left hook over. I had showed you the clips, just like a lot of times when he throws his left hook, he dips down to his right and he leaves his feet. Like he leaps in the air when he throws his left hook.
Yeah. That's terrible technique.
And it's a constant thing. It's just a consistent thing with him. But I think that against a lot of these other guys who aren't as athletic, and guess what? That ain't Devin Haney's fault that he's more athletic and guys can't take advantage of the openings.
There you go.
That ain't his responsibility.
Yeah.
Right.
But it does concern me a little bit in this fight with Brian Norman Jr. And it's not because of the power. It's not because he's a boogeyman or anything like that. It's just like the timing. When I'm going back and looking at the Sasaki fight, it ain't the fact that he knocked the guy out. It's what he's paying attention to. Like he threw a jab and peeped the guy where the guy was slipping. Right. Then, like off the rip, 5 seconds into the fight, he was able to time the guy. He threw a jab. He saw where he slipped. Then the next time, instead of throwing a jab, he feinted with a right hand, got Sasaki to slip to the side he wanted to slip to, and just put a left hook on the top of his head.
Yeah.
Right.
Like can you talk about the shotgun jab, McQueen? Can you touch a little bit, because you break it down very well, bro? Can you just touch on real quick the shotgun jab?
He's got a firm jab, and this is why, Mr. Moss, I believe that it's important for Dev to kind of mix it up in spots and not just stay on the outside, because if he does, how is he going to generate offense? He doesn't have the reach advantage in this fight. So you can't just play keep away the entire fight. Like that's going to be extremely difficult. So maybe if he finds ways to con exchanges, kind of like Ray Leonard versus Marvin Hagler, where like you move, you stop on a dime, let a couple of punches run, and then you get back on the move, be mobile again.
So is it fair to say that maybe this just isn't a good matchup, possibly? So no reach advantage, which doesn't highlight his biggest threat, which is Devin's jab. So you take that away to a certain degree. Now he's forced to engage. So is it fair to say that maybe this was just a bad matchup from the start?
It's a risky one. Sure.
I think it is. I don't think it's necessarily a good matchup for Devin Haney. I don't think it's favorable. And that's why I give him all the respect for taking the fight.
Yeah.
For one, I give him a whole lot of respect for taking it. And for two, if he were to pull it off, forget about it.
Yeah.
I might put a baby in my wife the night of the fight. And regardless of sex, we're gonna name it Devin Haney when it comes out.
Yeah.
If he's able to do that, because I think that Devin Haney is a really good fighter. I think he's a hell of a tactician.
Yep.
But just watching both guys, I think that one guy has gotten tidier, one guy has gotten cleaner with his technique. Damon, trust me, I was not there, bro. Like if you would have asked me this several months ago, I would have said unanimously, like hands down, Devin Haney is just far superior. I do feel like tactically, I would give Devin Haney the edge, but just when it comes to the technique and just consistency with little things like timing. Once again, it's not that Devin Haney has never showcased any of these things. It's not that, but it's been a while. That's why I love that Antonio Moran fight personally. And Antonio Moran, I got to give him a lot of credit. We see the run that he's on right now. He gave Jermaine Ortiz a hell of a fight. I felt like he won the fight. I thought he edged it. Mikewan Williams, which was one of my favorite prospects at 140, Moran just handled him. I did not see that coming. He gave Andy Cruz a big scare. So that's a quality guy. So I wouldn't just chalk it up to say like, oh, well, this guy is a Mexican and so on and so forth. And he actually did have some physical advantage over Devin Haney in that fight as well. Antonio Moran he's not a little guy, especially at 135. To be 135 and what he's like 5'11", damn near 6 feet tall.
Yeah, he was tall. Yeah. He was tall.
Big dude, man. He's a big guy. So that's another one of those things too. I think that the whole Devin Haney, he's only fought little guys is a wee bit overblown. I think it might have been L-Dub that mentioned Alfredo Santiago. Alfredo Santiago's not a small guy at 135 either. That guy's about 5'8", 5'9", probably about a 70-inch reach, something like that. So he's not a little guy. What's my man's name? Abdullayev. He's got some good size at 135.
Mm-hmm.
About 5'9", 5'10".
McQueen, I know Devin is not a power puncher, but he's a sharp puncher. Which sometimes those shots can hurt you more than a power puncher because they're shots you don't see coming and they're sharp and they're laser accurate. Is there any chance in this fight that Brian feels something that he doesn't respect from Devin punch wise, and he goes to the high guard, he puts the earmuffs on, and he just walks forward and makes it a grueling fight and gets him out of there within 6 rounds? I mean, is that something that you guys see that can happen? He goes full high guard, Mexican style. Canelo walks forward. He walks through the shots. He may take 2 or 3 just to land that 1 or 2 shot. Is that a possibility in your eyes, bro?
I mean, anything is possible, but that's why I say I think it's important for Dev to take certain chances because, to your point, Devin Haney doesn't necessarily have to be the biggest puncher. You catch a guy as he's opening up, get him with a shot that he's not ready for, something that he can't brace for. We just saw Jaime Munguia go 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, who we know has damn good power. Then he goes in there with unheralded Bruno Saras, who only had about 4 or 5 knockouts in damn near 30 fights, and he gets knocked out by that guy. But why does he get knocked out by that guy? Because that guy caught him while he had a lapse and caught him with a sharp shot. And Dev does have the ability to be a sharp shooter. So I wouldn't even recommend for Brian Norman Jr. to go out there and just be reckless. Unless there's absolutely nothing on those shots, which I don't think is going to be the case. Because we've seen Dev bust guys up.
Yep.
Have guys eyes sitting on dubs, seen them marked up, bleeding all over the place. So he's got something with those shots. I just don't think that he maximizes his power for 2 reasons. One, it's the technique. When he's throwing his right hand, watch his back foot. A lot of the times it's coming off the mat.
Yeah.
Coming off the mat. And the power goes through your legs first. Through your legs, through your hips, you rotate, it goes through your shoulder, all the way to the end of your fist. So you have a whole kinetic chain.
Good point.
That allows you to maximize your power. So I feel like with Devin Haney, if he's able to turn those shots over and sit down on them in spots,
there you go.
It's just a matter of timing, though. But it's gonna come down to timing and like Just was saying, in order to time somebody and capitalize on it, you gotta have confidence because there is the potential for you to get hit with a shot.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To be able to give a guy a good shot, you got to be somewhat vulnerable yourself. Like we just saw Boots get the guy Lima up out of there, right? And he actually took a shot. But guess what? If we always say boxing is like high-speed chess, you can say that they traded material. One guy basically traded his queen for a damn pawn.
Yeah,
so
Antonio
took
Tarver,
a shot, but he gave it.
Yeah, Antonio Tarver, every time he talks about Devin Haney, he talks about what you just said, bro. He's not turning his shots. And then you got a little bit more technical and tactical with the foot off the ground. And these are and people may hear you say that and kind of poo-poo it, but those are the small things in a training camp where I think, why is that the case? Why is a guy that technical, that tactician, that skillful in the sport of boxing not doing things the right way, right? Why is he not throwing or sitting down, turning his shots over, right? Why is his foot coming off the ground? Devin knows this, and I believe Bill knows this, right? And for me, that's concerning, and that's so frustrating because on the highest level of boxing, you would think that shouldn't even be a question. Here's my last point. That right hand he threw versus Regis Prograis, which I think dropped him, that just straight right, which he led, he wasn't countering. I love to see that version of Devin. When Devin leads and he's coming forward and he's leading, throwing straight rights, and he's putting the pressure. But I have to think that at that point in the fight, he had no respect for Regis Prograis. But to your point, Ant McQueen, it's so frustrating, bro, at this level of boxing that a guy of Devin's magnitude is throwing a shot like that, and he knows better, bro. It's so frustrating.
believe some of it is what Cal said. You know, it comes down to temperament as well. So if you're a guy where you're looking to get out of there and you're thinking safety first, you know, you're already thinking about moving before you even get the hell out the way. It's almost like when you see a wide receiver in football, right? And the guy is so anxious to make a move or he's concerned about getting hit that he takes his eye off the ball because he's already thinking about moving before he's actually secured the ball. Like, if that makes sense. So with Dev, it's like
it makes
he's
sense.
throwing the punch and he's thinking about getting the hell out the way before the punch even connects. So he's not punching all the way through the target sometimes.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But I think Dev is a fantastic boxer, and mainly because of you know, tactically.
Yep.
And I think that another thing about Dev is he's a damn dog. Like, regardless of what people want to say about him, he fights more than he's given credit for. He fights a lot more than what he's given credit for. I can't find any other fight in his catalog of fights that played out like his last one. Like, that one to me is an aberration.
Yeah, that's fair.
That
could
shit
be a
is
one-off.
an aberration. Bro,
it could be.
I can't find another fight in Devin Haney's career that looked like the last one.
But
So
can we wait?
That is a tad bit concerning.
Yeah.
But here's the other part of it, right? With me feeling like Dev is a dog, what happens if he gets hit with a shot from Brian Norman Jr. and he realizes he pinches himself? Oh shit, I'm still here.
Okay.
That could also be a confidence booster.
Well, hold on, Amber Green. I agree. Listen, bro. First and foremost, bro, I'm not sure how long you've been around the sport of boxing, but you know boxing, bro. I can tell. So good. So first and foremost, bro, salute to you, bro, because you know boxing. I can tell by the way you articulate. What you just said can be a pro and a con. If he gets hit with a shot and he says, "Oh shit, I'm still here," and that makes him be more aggressive or what have you, it can work against him because now maybe Brian gets him with a shot, but it's just not a clean shot, or maybe it is a clean shot, but it just didn't have the effect on that punch. Devin still needs to have a high IQ in that ring. He can't just think that, oh, I can take his shots and then take more chances. No. Like, stick to the game plan, buddy. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying you go out there and you fight recklessly. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you go out there purposely, get hit on the chin just to see if you got. No, you don't do that. You make him earn it. But in the event that he does, and you understand that this is something that you can take, it's not you know, you're more robust, you're sturdier than you even gave yourself credit for, and you're able to push past that. So,
but what do you consider pushing past that? I mean, could it just be a thing where he just took the shot? Okay, he took a shot. I mean, Terence took a shot versus Canelo. And for the record, I don't look at Canelo as no power puncher. I think the word power and Canelo has been so overblown these last 2, 3, 4 years. It's just ridiculous. And so I kind of already knew that Terence was going to take a shot. But I'm just using Terence for the example because that was the talking point going to that fight. Can Terence take the shot? And then Terence told Andre Ward, yeah, man, like, he punched me, but I've been hit harder than that. And so could it be that, okay, Devin takes the shot, but continue to box and still stick to the game plan? And I do agree with you.
I mean by pushing, but that's what I mean by pushing past it, is being able to take a shot and maintain his wits. I'm not talking about just being able to survive, but you take a good shot. Like we've seen it with Monster Inoue, right? We see Monster Inoue get sat down.
Yep.
What does he do? He takes the 8 count. He allows his the cobwebs to clear. Yep. And he gets up, and then he goes about his business in an intelligent fashion.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's in there, Devin Haney, if you're in there thinking about getting hit,
right,
thinking about what the hell happens if it turns out like April 20th, then you're going to leave a lot on the table in terms of scoring opportunities.
Yeah. Also, too, man, I think if Devin does get like a flash knockdown or he gets hurt, he needs to, and I say this about a lot of fighters, stop being embarrassed because you got knocked down. Take the 8 count and take the time that they're giving you. Like stay down there 6-7 seconds, get up within 8, get your wits about you, and then just keep boxing. Too many times we see fighters try to pop right back up and they're still hurt, and they don't give themselves a chance to recover. And now, you're on shaky legs, and it is what it is. And so, yeah. But Ant McQueen, bro, you said the last fight versus Ramirez could have been a one-off or an admiration. I'm going to make that assessment after this fight, bro. I got to at least give him a fight after the fight to make that determination. Is that fair?
No, that's beyond fair. Because
okay,
then,
cool. Okay.
That's why I said, like, it could be an aberration.
Yeah,
it could be an outlier,
sure.
or it could be the new norm for him. Then you turn around and it's like, damn, this is just who he is from this point on. And I'm hoping that's not the case, because he's still got a lot of career left, potentially.
He's still young, man. He's still young.
A young guy, very accomplished. And once again, I just want to stress this. I think that the guy is a fantastic boxer. I think he's a fantastic boxer.
Mm-hmm. Are you okay with his corner, with his dad being his trainer? Like, you're cool with that still at this point of his career?
I don't mind Bill in the corner. The one thing that does come up for me, I've ruminated on this quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was Shawad that actually made me think about this, was, are there too many cooks in the kitchen? Because Devin Haney has been known to work with a lot of people. I think that Bill is actually pretty solid in the corner. One thing I'll give Bill credit for is you don't ever see the guy frantic. He be ice cold, man. He's cool as a fan in the corner.
Yeah,
and he actually does give some good advice at times. Like, there was a moment in the Lomachenko fight where Dev was leaving the lead hand out there a little bit too long. He does have an issue with probing at times.
Yep.
He does have an issue with probing at times, and Lomachenko was able to land some shots straight down the pike, over the top of the lead hand, and he's just like right there on the line and just get hit. And when he comes back to the corner, Bill is saying to him, like, yo, you can't just pull straight out on a straight line. You got to pivot off the line. So I think that Bill gets a lot of flack for the things that he says in the media, on social media, on YouTube, and so on and so forth. As a coach, I think he's pretty solid in the corner. Now, where I think it's important, it goes back to what Just was saying before, and what I was the point that I was looking to accentuate that he made, which is you fight how you train. So if you're still throwing the right hand, and then when you roll out, you're completely exposed. Like you got both of your damn hands down. You rolling out this way, but if you rolling out squared up without pivoting off the line afterwards, then you're wide open for a damn left hook. You wide open for a right hand. You just better hope that the punch that you threw, it not only landed, but it was substantial enough to freeze the other guy to where he can't react to you just being wide open. So I think that's where it could be a little bit tighter in the Haney camp, which is just paying attention to the fine details. But I think as far as game plan is concerned, it's very difficult to find a lot of fault in Bill from that standpoint, considering what are they, 31-0? So if Bill was that horrible of a trainer, Dev would have been getting his ass beat a long time ago. So I don't think that like Bill is trash or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Shout out to my dog behind the hands, TV.
What's good, man? What's good? What's good? What's good?
The menace,
man. You know what? I gotta say this too because of what you were just saying, and this goes swept under the rug. The same way Devin has been developing as a fighter since we've been watching him, even from his throwing sparring on YouTube days. I believe that Bill has been developing as a coach along the way too. And a lot of people see the different people that come into the camps, different, like how you just put it, all the different cooks and all the different chefs. But at the end of the day, he's always the chief chef. But, I think throughout the whole journey, he's been using tidbits of different game, and created like a Frankenstein approach of different tactics that he could use with Devin, with all the knowledge and all the boxing minds that they've run across. And I mean, you talking about anybody from Floyd Sr. to, Roy to, just all the different names. I mean, I'll leave names out. That's just how many people they work with, Zab and, and his dad, and I mean, it's just so many people. But people always accredit it to Devin learning. I always look at it as this is what Bill's lesson of the camp is, and I think it's overlooked on how Bill has developed himself into a coach, because I don't believe he started off as some A1 boxing coach. I believe through all of the different camps and the different names and outfits of units that have come through, he soaked up that much game. And to the credit of being 31-0, I say it worked.
Right.
Hell yeah.
People overlook it. People overlook it.
They're not.
No, I think Bill's solid, man. They've been far. The success to failure ratio is completely lopsided in favor of success. Like, they've been winning.
Because across the ring, you got a guy who comes from he's a second generation boxer, in Normans. You know what I'm saying? Bill don't got no box rec, for actual fights. You know what I'm saying? Devin is the first one. So, for Bill to jump in there the way he has and be outspoken the way he is, as if though he got the same game as the next man, he got a lot of confidence for somebody who's been learning on the job. I respect it, is what I'm saying. I respect it.
Me too. Bill is all right, man. Brian Emerson is the only trainer either. Yeah, he's the main one though.
Yeah, his dad is the main guy. I mean, he works with other people in the gym.
Is Devin gonna have one?
No, but listen, that's why I said it's one and done. We already planned for that. He's doing it more than once. Straight left hand.
They got through that moment though, man.
I think they're gonna have some moments. They'll have some moments in the corner of this fight, because this is a different weight class. It's a different animal. I think that's the most weight Devin is going to enter a ring at. I don't even think he knows how he's going to feel. It's a 12-round title fight carrying more weight than you've ever carried. That automatically makes a question mark. In my opinion, that was the question with Bud going into the Canelo fight. In my opinion, it wasn't Canelo. It was, how does Bud look carrying the weight? How is he going to be affected with the weight? And he seemed to do it flawlessly. But we also look at Bud took a year to put on that weight and be comfortable. With Devin, it's been gradual, slow, and steady. But, from 40 to 47, it's not the biggest leap, but it is a leap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And for him to fight at whatever weight he's going to show up at, I think that's going to be something to see. Does he check the box to be able to carry that weight for 12 rounds?
I think he should be fine, because his last fight was at the catch weight. It was like, what, 144?
144, but, I don't think he was built like Rambo. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, he's really, really, put the muscles on and, things of that nature. I'm not saying it's going to detract from his game or nothing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's something to look at.
Just see how, right?
Yeah,
so
I mean,
at
the lighter weights, at the lighter weights, his jab is phenomenal, right? So, how does it look when he has more weight on it? Is he just as quick, or does it slow down a tad bit? Does he gain more power in throwing a jab, or is it lighter? I mean, if anybody was to say what's Dev's biggest weapon, what we gonna say?
Right. Yeah, man.
I say his most underrated weapon.
Using that weapon.
You got a sneaky good one. He doesn't. I don't feel like he throws it nearly enough, but a lot of that has to do with the range in which he fights at.
You don't think he throws what enough?
His uppercut.
Oh yeah.
I think he got a sneaky good one, and that's one of the few punches that he throws where he actually has his feet planted. He does have a good jab, though. Really good jab.
I mean, at one point it was top tier. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna have amnesia. A lot of people going. I think so too. I think he got arguably one of the better jabs in boxing. I mean, does it hold up going up weight classes the way he's doing? Hopefully it does. He gonna need it. I think this whole fight to me on him winning is determined on how successful he throws his jab. I don't think you're looking for a dog fight or a slugfest with this man. It's going to be all predicated on how successful the jab lands.
And that's the other thing. You see the guy working on
southpaw
and in spots in fights. He's actually fought southpaw in spurts, but there appears to be more of an emphasis on being able to switch coming up. So that's something that could potentially
was good, homie.
Muck up things as far as that lead hand you talking about, Mo City. If he goes in the long guard and he's southpaw and he's in the long guard and he's able to keep tabs on the left hand, then
I don't think Devin's switching in this fight.
No, not Devin. I'm talking Brian Norman Jr.
Oh, Norman. Okay, yeah. Well, that could happen. That could happen.
You seen that bad work he was doing? He was working southpaw. So this is what I'm saying. And with him having a longer reach, what happens if he goes out there in the long guard and he's able to, as his dad would say, put something on the highway, put something in traffic.
Well, I talked to him when he was like 20, 21. Like he was really young in the game. He wasn't even a welterweight yet. And he was comfortable with switching back then. Me and him had a whole conversation about it. That was his thing. He was talking about all the people who could switch. He could switch too, but he kind of put that on the back burner as he became a full-fledged welterweight. So I'm not sure if he pulls that out the bag or not, but that's something that he can do. He did it at the lighter weights. A lot of people are only on Norman as a welterweight. They didn't see him when he was a 140 guy. A lot of people didn't see that, but he was very athletic and very capable of switching.
Right. Yeah, he did drop an interview. I'll play some of it in a few. And I'm telling you, it's just his work cut out for him. They put more pressure on him, talking about 9th round knockouts. 9th round.
I wouldn't even call that kind of stuff.
Man, that'd be super impressive if he could do that, man.
I'm gonna just play devil's advocate. You gonna knock out Brian Norman, but you couldn't knock out Ramirez is crazy. I don't believe that. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I don't believe you. Can you outbox him? Sure, I can smoke a bag of that. You know what I'm saying? But you talking about you gonna knock this guy out is wild.
Yeah, I just don't see the knockout thing. I don't see it. That's gonna be tough. Cause to knock somebody out, that means you're gonna be really taking chances in there, and if some chances gonna backfire, So.
Hey man, I gotta do it. Since you talking about knockouts, it's shameless. Hey, you gotta build me, but shout out to my boy Ray for getting a stoppage, man. That was a big deal to stop a dude who never been stopped, one of them true Mexican warriors. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to stop type of dudes, and for him to just say, nah, I can't do this no more. That man.
You want to talk about putting a pause on somebody, bro?
I had to do it, man.
Pause on buddy ass, man. Something different, man. He did,
bro. You see, when I see that, I'm sitting ringside, just listening to each punch land. Like he ain't gonna be able to keep taking that. And Ray looking at him like, yeah, it's a whole lot more where that came from. I'm like, man, this ain't good. This ain't good.
Right.
Oh,
Shout out to Jessica. She said, "Yeah, I can't see a KO. Yeah, not for just so you know where we going." Shout out to GHB, man.
GHB breakdowns. Listen, a lot of y'all gonna be mad at me, but it's fine. Seen some footage. Devin Haney sparring. Changed my prediction. I had Devin Haney winning by decision. Now, from what I just see, Devin Haney, 9th round, knockout. 9th round. He might have to knock him down twice, but the second one is going to be the one that put him out. Devin Haney defeats Brian Norman Jr. by knockout in the 9th round. Great fight, though. Not taking nothing away from Brian Norman Jr. Great fight, but ends in a knockout. Devin Haney gets his hand raised, 9th round.
Man, shout out to my boy Greg with them bold, cold takes.
He was explaining it too. He was saying he's seen a sparring session and he tried not to give away too much, but he was saying like he comparing and contrasting the movements, and he's talking about him taking chances and stuff like that, different things. So he talked about, you know, Brian Norman shooting his low possibly early and then getting, you know, taken into the deeper waters, and you know, Devin probably settling in later in the fight and being able to, you know, kind of. I'm
gonna give it some pushback though, bro. I got to give it some pushback because based on the last camp, talking to his sparring partner,
right,
you would have thought that he was gonna stop Ramirez. You know, just because I spoke to his sparring partner in the middle of camp, right after sparring, we did the whole interview, and I'm just saying, you know, based on what they saw in sparring, he could have said that, you know what I'm saying? But then we saw the fight, and it was not that, you know.
He did say that, Kyle, that he was getting dropped. He was going to get dropped boots. Yeah, he did. He said he made a bold claim. But I like the explanation. I'm just open to the different sides of it. I don't see it that way, right? It's not that I even disagree. I just see it differently, man. Knockout is a stretch, bro. That's going to be extremely impressive. That's going to be single-handedly, I think, the best win of his career if he knocked Norman out.
I respect it. I respect it because Greg is a knowledgeable person, and he's very aware. And I've had the privilege to watch Greg coach in the actual fight, and I've got a chance to see it in person and chop it up with him before the fight and after the fight. And you know, he got a lot of wisdom when it comes to boxing, and a lot of people just see the guy on social media, you know, dropping his, you know, opinion and his view and his take, and they just take it from there. But man, he more than that. Greg Hackett know his shit. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it. I just don't see it.
Right.
I concur. I think Greg is CB, chill out. I think Greg is very knowledgeable. But the only thing is, when it comes to fights and specific matchups, is like how much of each individual fighter did you watch? And just really take an inventory of all of the things that they do, and not just banking on experience.
Right. Because that's what a lot of people talking about, the experience. And you know, Regis, you know, he fought Dev. That's one thing he was saying, Devin going to win because of the experience. And I just feel like that experience kind of cancels out because it was against so many smaller guys, lighter weight class. Like that shit ain't got no bearing at 47.
But if I'm Regis, I want Devin to win because he beat me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just common practice. If a guy beats you, you're not gonna say, "Oh, he gonna lose this fight." It makes you look crazy.
He's gonna go out there like Dev, man. Y'all see Dev in there working, bro, slipping and rolling to that right, like we know him to do. You know what I mean? Great defensive move out there. I mean, I want to see some of this in the fight. Since they're excited about it, I want to see him do some of this in the fight. Miss with the right hand and then roll into the left hand. Go ahead with your bad self.
You also see him in pursuit of his sparring partner. I'd like to see that in the fight.
That's gonna be fun because that's what Zad was talking. Zad said
if we see Devin pursuing Norman, oh man, it's a different Devin. You know what I'm saying? He pursuing him. Oh, they're gonna have to throw the running stuff away. You know what I'm saying? You know, if he's stepping to him, I'd love to see that. Win or loss, win, lose or draw. If Devin is stepping to him, I'm with it.
Right. Absolutely. That dude was crafty. He would have shot an uppercut right there. Bang! I'm telling you, or one of them Sensaki bombs that's gonna come to November 22nd if he gonna pull this stuff in the ring. I'll give damn what you say.
Oh, that left hand is Open for business, man.
Body get the smelling salts.
And the right, big dog. Left and the right. Because, you know what I'm saying? Look, left hand
Yep.
down. You can go to right hand if you want.
His hands are down.
Feet leaving the ground. That can't be good, bro.
Man. Now what a dude that's shooting rocket launchers at you. You know.
Oh, straight out of bazooka, fresh out the box.
What's the little
healthy hands, Norman, nowadays?
What's the pen that the Men in Black used to use to make you forget what they just said?
The neuralizer.
Yeah, bro. Brian Norman got the neuralizer, bro. You gonna forget you was fighting them and stuff, bro.
Bro, hey, man. I'm telling you, gonna be like how they did Rolly in that little AI video that I got. They did Rolly dirty. Yo, AI is like running wild at this point too. This should take it over, bro. They running crazy. But yeah, that's the clip though, y'all. That had people going wild about Haney and being super excited about, you know, what's next for him, right? Or him going into this fight, should I say? That doesn't excite me at all. That concerns me, as a matter of fact. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a clip you just could have kept to yourself. The shit is 4 seconds. You didn't land a punch. You slipped and rolled after you threw a air right hand, air straight. And nah, that shit. That's what I've been saying for years, way before you even got up to this weight class. That's something you did. So I've been watching that pretty much for the bulk of your career, and that's just something that you do. It's all good because not everybody could take advantage of it. But my issue is the guy that you are fighting definitely could take advantage of it for sure. It's gonna happen.
I mean, if it happens again, I'm calling him Norman the Neuralizer.
Oh man, Norman the Neuralizer is crazy too. Man, don't let him get you. B. Norman, man. His pops had something to say about in response to Greg ninth round prediction, man. You don't see it, bro. You don't see it, man. I don't know. B. Norman Senior been on point a little bit with some instructions. Even his son done attested to that. It's when he listened to his dad, this shit worked. I heard him say it. So it's like it's stuff that his dad is saying. Now, of course, the fight could play out a different way, but the shit that he's saying, it's not like he just saying it. Oh, this is my son. I'm gonna just create a way that is educated. It's coming from an educated place. And that's all I'm saying. You just, be smart, take your chances, be the boss when you need to be the boss. But you got to be sharp with the jab. You got to have something consistent that's keeping them at bay. If that is not present, I'm telling you now, I don't see no scenario where he wins without his jab. Nope. Don't see it. Not at all. You're talking about you going to win with lead hooks and uppercuts and shit? Bro, what? You threw one of them at Cambosis and he clipped your ass. You be loading up with that too? It's like what they call it, a gazelle hook. Yeah, I don't like that. Leave that. Take that out your arsenal. Don't do that. Don't do that shit. I'm dead serious. Don't do that. Leave that in the gym. Oh, wherever you gotta leave it at, but don't bring that shit in the ring fight night. If you throw one of them shits at Norman, bro, he catch one of them sharp ass, well-timed, well-placed hooks that he don't have to load up on. Like the way he handles Sensaki under pressure, everybody don't respond that way. And he got hit with a good shot. He just kept his composure and then tightened the defense up a bit and went to town on him. I see you, Zoom. The neuralizer. Neuralizer.
What's his name caught him like that? He was leaping in with that damn left hook, jumped right into a 2-punch combination.
Mm-hmm.
Cambosis in the first fight, I was watching it. He kept trying to spam that left hook against him.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't really find him.
Right. He said neuralizer isn't a word, but whatever it was that they called it on Men in Black, that's what we are referring to.
Yeah. What is that? You got me now. You got me wondering. You know what I'm saying? What the hell what is it called?
I think Ed had it right. That's just what they called it.
Mm-hmm. you got me thinking about it now.
Yeah. Neuralizer, yeah.
It's just funny. Yeah, neuralizer, right. That's all. Norman is just like Bo Mac, and I don't see no KO 9 round. Yeah, his dad is not going. His dad said, shit, me, man. It's me, man. He don't see it, man. I just want to see how he responds to a nice, solid shot, like a good one. Not that shit Ramirez was doing. He was Ramirez was tripping. I don't know what
he came to get a check. That's what he looked like.
His ass was getting there like, It's like every time he got in a position, the battery start dying or his connection signal start fading. He can't execute by the time the signal go through. Devin,
Man, the Wi-Fi was off with him, bro. The Wi-Fi.
And he kept going to the right, if I'm not mistaken, in that fight.
Yeah, he was going to his right the whole time.
Hands up, like his posture.
Hop right, hop left, go back to his right.
Yeah, like, come on, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I just want people to know, like, I ain't trying to be unfair to the young man. I'm just saying that stuff concerns me because he was just doing in his most recent fight. And then the clip that people was hyped off is concerned. It's that same shit. And I'm like, man, y'all, I know y'all watch boxing, bro.
No, a lot of people don't pay attention to the good work the other guy is doing.
Right.
Like the brother Mo City was saying about if Dev pursuing him, it just made me think of this moment in the Sasaki fight. I was like, yo, Brian Norman Jr., while we know about him coming forward and pressing and all that, like he's got some pretty well coordinated feet.
Neuralizer, 100%. I had to look it up. It was on my mind. I had me thinking because I'm not knowing Trey really was though. Yeah, pretty good. Shout out to Zoom though, man. He was trolling, just doing a little trolling. It's all good. I tell you what, man. I guess the stakes is high now, man. It's getting closer and closer to shit. You less than a month away now. This shit getting real. They ramping. I'd be surprised that people keep talking about his physique. That should be funny to me because, like matter of fact, I'll play it, man. I gotta remember to get to the clip, man, because I did want to this was Brian Norman Sr. response to like what Greg was saying. And you know, it's good banter and it's good back and forth. I love it, man. It's good for the sport. You need that. You need this kind of energy. Go back and forth, a little back and forth. Yeah, they be fanned out. Why it dips to the right a lot. So you getting caught. I'm telling you, that's what that's gonna do against Norman. That's what that'll do.
You know, the physique.
Shout out to Mill City.
Is obviously, starting to get more.
Listen to Norman Sr. in this one, though.
You know, he's kind of put on the right way. What would you say about that?
I mean, at some point, where do you start noticing the words coming out of your mouth, shooting your own self in the foot? Like, one, you're going to say muscles don't win fights. It don't matter. All of this not going to matter. This and that. Muscles make you slow. Muscles make you tired. Like, you got so many different arguments out there about Brian Norman Jr. Then you go, then you go do the exact same thing or attempt to do the exact same thing that Brian Norman Jr. has been all his life genetically, because Brian Norman don't lift no weights at all. You feel what I'm saying? So this is where he's been genetically all his life. So does it make Devin slower? Does the same rules apply to Devin when you say muscles don't win fights? Like, what does it do? You know what I'm saying? You can't have the
good point to Shay right there.
So, but it's all good, man. It's all fun and games at this point. I know these people ain't talking about nothing, man. It's just a whole bunch of yapping. It's nervous energy. That's what I get from. It's all a bunch of nervous energy.
I know in the last interview we did, you said stop listening to Greg Hackett, people. But he just said right now that Devin Haney will win by KO in the 9th round. Talk to me nice, Senior. What you got to say?
There's nothing to say about Greg Hackett. Greg Hackett never predicts anything correctly. If you know what you're listening to, you'll know that Greg just does a lot of talking in general. He makes it seem important, because he knows boxing. So he'll come out and he'll be like, you know, like with the test. When he comes in and when he does, so he changed the case. When he start talking, if you know what you're listening to, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. He ain't talking about nothing. He ain't talking about none of them stuff. I promise you. He's not giving you no insight. He just really is. He's running his mouth because people are listening. That's all, man. That's it. That's all. Greg ain't talking about shit.
Tell me, how sure are you that, you know, your son, you know, stopped them?
I'm positive.
How do you think he does it? Like, he's on stoppage? Do you think
They'll want him to give up the damn game plan at this point.
See, I was just telling somebody the other day we came out. We just be trained in 18-ounce gloves. Period. In general.
18-ounce
So
gloves
he
is
trained
crazy.
in 18-ounce gloves. So we just went for the first time Saturday to 8-ounce. And it's just like it was before Japan fight. You cannot add him. I keep telling anybody, we ain't even got to put him in a fight. You take any coach, you bring him around, you say,
Kawasaki.
you won't be able to hold a pass for long.
Damn.
And I'm not even joking. We talking about pads.
Man, you got this dude punching in 18-ounce gloves because in 8s, he's saying dudes can't even hold the pass for long.
He's trying to, you whatever. I dare you come here, hold the pass for in 8-ounce gloves. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what he's doing right now with 2 fixed hands, punching like he's punching right now.
Told y'all. 2 fixed hands, y'all.
That's why nobody been 12 rounds.
Big dangerous,
you know, that's been the thing now. They're talking about going 12 rounds. Nobody else has gone 12 rounds with him or whatever else. And they want to say that's one of the stories that he get tired. I haven't seen him tired of one fight.
Say that one more time.
Have you seen my son tired in a fight?
No. I mean,
not gassed or none of that stuff they talking about. No. I said his power looked like it'd be the same the entire fight.
So regardless, you ask me how it's gonna happen. I think initially what I know, and this is from me watching other people and that's watching other fighters he's been in the ring with. Initially, it's gonna be this from the first round. Initially, it's gonna be how high that he's gonna get in there. So initially, it's gonna be and I just don't know where it's gonna go from there. I don't know if he's gonna, disqualify himself. I don't know if he's gonna do it sense of holding. I hope he don't make it an ugly fight, but he's not gonna fight. He's not going 12 rounds. He's not going 12 rounds, Brian O'Major. That's on everything. Hold on. You saw Quayday's face. You saw his face, right? You saw Quayday's face. All right. Those when you get the one shots. Against Sasaki, when they beat on him, which I told you I believe he was probably, whatever else, but it is what it is. You take Jen Sasaki. You know what I mean? And he was taking it until he couldn't take it no more. And then, his body said, F you tripping. And his body, went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? And I think
almost took a
they're
dirt.
not going to take none of that. And what I'm looking to prove, and the shit I'm going to talk after this, is if he take him out before Jen Sasaki or David Quaybans, I'm going to be like, so is Brian Norman still a can crusher? Is Devin Haney a can? You know what I'm saying? Like, is Devin Haney not as good as Jen Sasaki, or hold on, Giovanni Santillon went 10. Is Giovanni Santillon better than Devin Haney?
That was a late stoppage. He knocked Buddy ass out. Late.
He's not making it out 12 rounds.
That was a later stoppage, y'all. I don't think his power. He don't run short. He don't run short on no power, in my opinion, man. You gonna be waiting for something that ain't gonna happen. I think if you approach it that way.
3 opponents? 3. Yeah, right. He's not making it 12 rounds.
When you mean ugly fight, you mean getting on your horse and moving around?
Yeah, he's gonna get on his horse and look and move or whatever else. I'm not worried about what he normally does, because I just said a minute ago trying to grab, but I'm not worried about what he normally does, because we got something for all the grabbing and holding. He coming in grabbing and holding if he want to. We got something for the grabbing and holding, so we're not worried about that part. That's where he's gonna try to hide it. We ain't worried about that part. I can't see nothing he can do, so that's why I'm very interested to see this fight.
But there's something else that worries you.
Nothing worries me.
You said, that doesn't worry me in that part.
He said nothing worries me.
Another part that does worry me about Devin.
No. I'm not worried about nothing about this.
Y'all hit that like button if y'all haven't subbed to the channel. We hit 11K, y'all. Shout out to the fans.
You don't feel like he can outpoint
They don't feel like he got outpoint him either, man. Confident, man. Confident as he's supposed to be, though. He watching the product.
You don't
put
feel
the
like
work
he
in.
can outpoint yourself.
I'm not worried about nothing about this fight. My face card means everything to me. I came here. I talked to you a year ago about Giovanni Santillan. You told me you said you thought Santillan would beat my son, right? Everybody else thought Santillan would beat my son. My son was a 4-1 underdog. Now he made his way to be a betting favorite against, one of the former pound for pound list makers on the former youngest undisputed. So he the favorite in that. So that tells you the trajectory where he going. He only getting older. He only getting better.
Did you expect your son to be the favorite?
No, I wasn't even thinking about my son. No, I was actually hoping. This is what I thought. I wasn't thinking about Devin Haney. I thought I missed the boat because I told this story a few times too about the betting because I did bet. For Giovanni Santillan and I won like about $50,000. But that was but I was
about $50,000. Talk to him,
we couldn't get the bets off because we had the bet state. One of my partners dropped the ball on the money. I'm getting to the state to make the bet, so I was only to get a $14,000 bet off for Giovanni. So I was like, they don't know what they're dealing with. So in my mind, I was like, well, the cat is out the bag. Everybody was high on him and how much power he had and everything. So I was like, okay, the cat is out the bag. Anybody they're gonna know what he got now, so they believe in that. So then I noticed that people wasn't to believe. They still wasn't to believe. So I'm like, okay, cool. I thought that the next chance wasn't gonna be till we fought the guy that just went to 154. That's why I thought the next chance for me to make all the money was gonna be at. So I didn't expect the money. Then when Devin Haney came along, I started thinking. I think Devin Haney started as the favorite. So I was like, oh shit, I got another chance, but that didn't last. I guess they came to their senses very, very quickly, and they made my son. Because when they first opened up, Devin Haney was the favorite.
Yeah, I remember that. That's what I was like,
no. I was hoping. I didn't know if you expected it to change or not. No, I didn't expect it to change. I mean, I was hoping that my son was going to be the underdog so I could make some more money.
I think he was initially, but I think it's changed. I think Norman might be the favorite. I gotta look. I think the last time I seen it, they had Norman.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. But, I didn't do it then. And then, you still who want to come off of that kind of money way back then and worry about the fight going to get made. And, because it was speculating him crying about bottle testing because he's scared somebody on steroids. There was a whole bunch going on. So who want to deal with all that? You know what I'm saying? Who want to deal with all that? But
shout out to Norman Senior, man, in Middle City, man. He interviewing him, but look, man, he said that he guaranteed he ain't making it about that fight, man. He ain't making it 12 rounds. So he ain't worried about nothing. Devin got going, so they're gonna turn the heat up on him the first round. He gonna feel it, and that is gonna rest. It's gonna be history, y'all. Well, we're gonna see though. We're gonna see, but. Moving on, man. Something else I want to speak on real quick that I seen, man, floating around. I'm glad that Raymond Muratalla is electing to take this fight against Andy Cruz, man, because it would have looked bad if he would have tried to skate up out of there without at least fighting him and defending the title that you was elevated, and kind of given to you, the email, as they like to call it. But, Robert Garcia was on the Boxing Voice and he was talking about him, this possibly being his last fight at lightweight. And I've always low-key wondered that about Muratalla, right? Like, he got size to him, not a small guy. I was wondering, like, how long he going to be sticking around at 35? And if he moved up, trust me, he ain't going to be the only one to move up. I wonder who's going to be next besides him. You've seen it with Keyshawn sooner than we thought, right? Probably. And you've seen it with him. And I think you're going to see other guys potentially move up, man. I wonder how long, like the Kid Austins of the world. I wonder how much, he can stick around at that weight. And he probably can get away with it now being young. But again, I keep hearing these little whispers about him between these weigh-ins and him being heavy or kind of big. And, this is the third time already at 22 years he had to pull out a fight. Hurt rib, some fake illness, and then now bed bug bites. You know what I'm saying? So shit been rough for the kid, man. He ain't been making it into the ring, but you see what his dad was saying that they'd potentially fight. You remember you saying Muratalla and stuff like that. Not even considering the fact that this dude is be moving up. Yeah, them joints definitely look like bed bug bites. I'm not sold that the what's up, baby boy? Oh, okay, thank you. And my baby boy, say what's up, y'all. You ain't thinking about that. You eating your candy? I eat my son crazy. Kid ain't moving nothing but the hospital floors. I'm telling you. So I wonder, like, how long he'll stick around at that weight. You know what I mean? Because he's muscular, but he's young. So maybe he can get away. Let me help you. Maybe he can get away with it right now while he's young. Here. Maybe he can get away with it now. But it's only gonna get Abdullah Mason is somebody I wonder that about too, because he got long arms and a crazy frame. Okay, all right, close that for me. Go ahead. I hit the like button if y'all haven't, man. But yeah, I don't know what I like this for Muratalla. At least he had defend the title with a real credible opponent, and I think that's a really good fight. It's a proven fight for Andy Cruz, man. He get to show what he worth, man. And he get an opportunity to potentially win a world title before Keyshawn. So they're gonna start talking that Keyshawn shit if he win. Yeah, man, it look like bad bug bites for real, bro. I am not sold. And they biting threes. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask me how I know. I've been bit a time or two, y'all. I've been bit a time or two. He said, clean up right here. Do something. Right, man. So we'll see, man. Raymond Muratalla, the 140 makes things a lot more interesting again, man. Another player up there. Should it be good? Good, interesting for boxing. I think the fight with him and Cruz is going to be really good. I look to break it down. You said to who? Raymond Muratalla? Yeah, well, to 140. Yeah, potentially, they're saying this fight against Cruz might be his last fight there. And I feel like once you start putting that stuff in the air, then it's gonna come to fruition. I think the only thing that'll keep him put is if it's a real lucrative opportunity and it makes sense for him to like risk it, right? But if it's not something like that, which I doubt it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just the competition is strange, man. It's like not a log jam, but it ain't a lot of movement in 35 as far as with them champions anyway. They fighting other people and we ain't seeing no unifications there. And I don't think we're gonna see one for a little while. I meant the Raymond Muratalla. That was Kid Austin with the bad bug bites. That was Kid. That was Kid Austin. Remember, he just pulled out with the sprained wrist. Said it was a sprained tooth, something. He was breaking it down. But for me, man, I think I mean maybe he did tweak it or something. I don't want to say he ain't hurt. I don't want to be one of them, right? But those that it didn't look as swelled up. The way they made it sound versus what it looked like, it just didn't look like something super crazy. And then they conflicting stories on camera online. Like, hold on.
Hey, yo, listen, don't do it. It will make it tear more where he will need surgery and be out more for a longer time, 8 months to a year, opposed to 6 weeks. So I'm going to listen to the doctors. That's what they get paid for. But it cost me a lot of money. So I don't care what not fans, because my fans won't be saying that. So I don't really care what the bots and all these wannabe fighters is saying online or whatever. That's corny. If a person injured, they injured. They got doctor.
It's crazy. Like, you notice he said his fans. He ain't say K. He said, hey. He ain't say our. He said his fans. I didn't know he was the one I didn't know he was the one fighting with the fans. Crazy work, man. Crazy work from Kid Senior. You know what I'm saying? Call him Kid Senior out here. So yeah, man. Raymond Muratalla, this fight with Andy Cruz is something I'm definitely looking forward to, man. I think it's a pick-em kind of fight. Kind of lean towards Muratalla, but Andy Cruz, you just don't know. Yeah, but at 22 years old, pull out, illness, rib, wrist. Like it's starting to look like you are a bit injury prone. Let's keep rolling, y'all. Kid and dad get some bull. Got some bull with him, right? Hey man, Edgar Berlanga could face Demetrius Andrade in a super middleweight clash is something I definitely didn't expect to hear about. This is dope. Get my boy Boo Boo back in there. Put Boo Boo back in. You hear me? Get my guy Boo Boo back in the mix, man. I like to see it, man. Andre get back in the mix, yo. And I think this is a winnable fight. I believe Edgar Berlanga could punch a bit, but I believe you can survive his power. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the skill level is it's enough of a skill gap, I feel like, for Andre to be able to win this fight. I don't like the fact that they use Edgar Berlanga clean picture and that looked like when Boo Boo fought Benavidez, bro. Why they gonna use the picture when he fought Benavidez? I think he gonna beat his ass too, Zoom. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think Andre beats Edgar Berlanga. So let's see if they make this Puerto Rican clash. Okay. It's being targeted, so I'm with that. Yeah, he think they all love him, but I don't know if they fully accept him. My jury's still out on him, Zoom. I don't know. And we had seen this the other day with this Pacquiao and Loma stuff. I don't know if y'all seen the picture of Loma and Terence Crawford, but Loma back on the scene. He looked like he picked up some weight. Obviously, he ain't in competition, but he said that in this post. What's that? We're at and what post? But I don't know, man. Manny and Loma and Manny posted that, so he confirmed that he actually in talks with a potential, but an exhibition bout. I'm thinking they saying, right? Yeah, they saying exhibition fight. I didn't expect to see Loma in no exhibitions. I thought he would just retire, and if he came back, I thought it'd be an actual fight. You know, they about to call him all types of ducks. They about to drag him, even if it's Manny in the exhibition. They're gonna drag Loma for even doing it. But this is crazy. This is unexpected. They was just talking about Floyd and some Netflix with Manny in a real fight, and Manny, he got that fire in his belly. He still like he want to fight Floyd right like now. He still want to fight Floyd. Where that clip at? Man, he still wants.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Was he better or worse than you thought he was?
No, that's his style. Like, I knew it. But the thing is, I review. I'm expecting that I won the fight because he didn't throw a lot of punches. I throw a lot of punches. And I reviewed the compy box, like slow motion from first round to 12 rounds. Like how many punches get connected and how many punches of him he connected. You know, that's boxing.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining or making, just it happened that way.
Yeah.
It happened to me many times.
Did you want a rematch with Floyd?
I'm still active. It's up to him if he's going to fight.
You would even fight him today?
Even here.
Oh my goodness.
Even here.
Yeah, that fire never dies, man.
My right hand is complete, so.
He's saying his right hand ain't hurt how it was when he fought Floyd. That's what he's saying. It's complete. He's saying he'll fight Floyd, and that Jim Ward is that. That's a hell of a fighter, champion. That's a champion spirit in him, but I don't know what Floyd doing, because it seemed like there's a lot of games. And I told y'all I had a funny feeling with the Mike Tyson announcement. It just seemed I just don't see them two fighting each other. There's something about it I just don't see. And then you hear Floyd and Manny now. All right, which one is it? Is it Mike Tyson or is it Manny? Is it Manny and Loma now? Remember, they was talking about Manny and Tank, all types of shit. So, you know, boxing is the wild, wild west. You never know what the hell you gonna get out of this sport, man. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Okay, Hackman still talking about. I don't even ask his crew there. He said 100%. He said the shout out to my dog JP, man. We hit the 11K, man. Shout out to my dog. Y'all smash the like button, man, if you haven't. as we wrap up. I was gonna review the Teo and Brian Custer. Yeah, what happened? Manny and Teo. The only one that was talking about that fight was Teo, and that's how I knew that wasn't real. Nobody else mentioned it. Nobody else said nothing about Teo and Manny. Nobody. Yeah, only Manny had this attitude when he asked him to give blood the first time. Now, real talk. That's my biggest gripe with Manny. And other than that, I'm cool. But yeah, shout out to JP, man. My dog, man. We already know. Appreciate y'all, man. We just gonna keep grinding and building, man. And Teo went on Brian Custer. Maybe I'll review it tomorrow, man. But they still talking about that fight happening. Hopefully they get that shit signed and sealed. But I think it looked like it seemed like it's coming together. Seemed like the announcement is coming. Corey he hashtagged fight announcement coming. That got to be with Teo. I haven't heard any other opponent. No whispers and nobody else but Teo. So I hope that's something that they really do. And just go ahead and make the fight, make the best fight for boxing. And I think that's one of them. What's up? Okay, thank you.
This is for you.
Thanks. Thanks. So yeah, man. We don't know. We're gonna see, man. I think boxing got some surprises in store for us, but we don't know where they're gonna go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Roy Jones was saying Floyd Asian mouth basically in that interview. He did not acknowledge the fact that Manny turned. Yeah. All right, see you later. Yeah, but Roy got a little gripe with Floyd, man. I get it to a degree. He on Floyd helmet, but he said he never challenged himself. He had me when he said that. I was like, you gotta be specified. You can't say he never challenged himself. That wouldn't be true, right? Because he wouldn't be who he was if he never challenged himself. Right? He fought the most world champions. So again, I understood the case that Roy was making because they're going back and forth, and I get it. They two alpha males, man. They gonna butt heads, and I get it. That's why I ain't tripping on it. But hopefully they can have a sit down one day and sit down and have a conversation. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could sit down one day and have a conversation with each other. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could sit down and have a combo. You feel me, y'all? Now, Manny, I heard sponsoring Copperfit compression socks. Talking like he the boogeyman. Yeah, I fight him right now. Even here. He said, even here, I fight him. Manny said, I'm on that. Even here, I fight him. Even here. And one of the last things I bring up before we get out of here. Yeah, Ryan Garcia is back posting and he's supposed to be trying to make a return back to the ring. But Oscar De La Hoya did a little interview with Marcos Villegas. And this is what he had to say in terms, because it's been some talk about if Ryan is still with Golden Boy. People been saying his next fight is his last fight. And Oscar wasn't going for that. He said, not so fast.
Let me set the record straight here with you, is because I've been getting calls on, oh, this is Ryan's last fight. No, it's not Ryan's last fight. He has a multi-year deal with Golden Boy left, and I'm for certain that he will honor it, and we will honor it as well, and we will continue doing the best job we can for his career.
And I would imagine that you're optimistic that the relationship between you and him gets better too.
I hope so. I wouldn't mind sitting down with Ryan and just shooting the breeze, and getting some facts straight, because I don't know, it's just odd. It's just odd how with Ryan Garcia you keep hearing all these rumors, but yet I haven't had any communication with him.
So there's that. And he had no communication with Ryan.
I think Ryan has been fed a lot of nonsense, a lot of lies, from who I don't know. But you know, I believe that what I've done for Ryan's career, I mean, there's no argument that I've done my very best. It's mind-boggling to me how many whispers are out there in fighters' ears. And then the fighters are convinced that I'm against them. It's mind-boggling, but if you think about it, it's only been Ryan and Canelo. And I don't know why only those two guys, maybe because they're the most popular ones out there.
Got a point.
But, you know, I don't know if they're jealous. I don't know if there's they're envious of me, or, you know, I don't know, but all I've done for them is good things for their career.
And you can't deny that. He has put Ryan in a good position, because you can't say, I mean, Ryan, he do a hell of a job trying to promote himself, but a lot of people will make the case in the argument that he ain't right for the position that he's in. They don't feel like he's worked for it as far as inside the ring, where he had to like go through the ring or fight the fights. And you get what I'm saying? And he's been able to be successful because he got a hell of a social media following too. So Ryan has had that working for him as well. So I don't know. Hopefully him and if he gonna be working with Oscar, I think it'd be best in his best interest to figure it out with him, right? Make that shit work. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your money, that's your career. Put your personal shit to the side and stick to the business. You know what I'm saying? That's what Ryan need to do, in my opinion. So we'll see what comes from it, man. Ryan, him and Oscar been going at it. This shit ain't nothing new. Maybe they fix it this time, or maybe they don't. We'll find out. But shout out to everybody in the building on this good Wednesday. Another dope build in the books. Y'all hit the like button on the way out. Sub to the channel. Shout out to the fam. We hit 11K. Shout out to everybody that continues to rock out with your boy. We're going to keep building. Y'all already know. We'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. to build on this sport of boxing that we love, man. So with that, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace to the
representing Brick City, Shakur.
Finding those levels too. Look at that 4-punch combination. It's a masterclass right now from Shakur Stevenson. That's what you're seeing. A masterclass. And Shakur meeting him with straight left hand. Oh, and there's a